Presently just waiting for people to show up. So this is one of those things when people start popping in, I will be happy to answer any weird questions. Currently, I am watching my beloved Minnesota Timberwolves play against the Golden State Warriors. Kind of half paying attention to that, half paying attention to what's going on here. Um, Hope everybody's been happy and well. It is May 14th, 2025, and this is the Weekly Album, the longest running YouTube weekly channel where we talk about board games, politics, life, what have yous. I have grievances to air. As soon as we have more people, I will absolutely have some uh initials to play. Oh, and I want to take a moment. Uh, good friend of the in the industry, Jeff Sidek, has a Kickstarter running right now for lifeboats. I've talked about it before. It's one of hey Kabuki, thanks for watching. I don't know where everybody is. I pinged everybody. Don't know where they are. So this is the solo section. But anyway, on Kickstarter right now, the game Lifeboats is present. Hey, I was hoping you'd show up. I was hoping you'd show up. No, I'm not alone. I'm not alone anymore because um, old school uh, tasty minstrel guy is logging in. He's connecting his audio. Theoretically, he'll be in here in a second. Um, a little drum roll. Anyway, he isn't connected yet. Ah, there he is. What's up, Andy?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, better now.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure here.
thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome, brother. How you been?
Been okay. It's been a hectic uh month or so.
Explain.
Well, I mean, there's
The shipping industry is on fire.
yeah, yeah, the manufacturing and everything is kind of rough, kind of rough. Uh
Yeah.
so it's and even this like reprieve at the moment is still just like harsh. Um and like everybody's going to be trying to get their stuff on containers in this period, and so container prices are going to spike, and
Yeah.
yeah, like it's horrible because you just like can't plan as a business at all.
No, you can't. Um, Not to drop names, but like literally like 15 minutes ago or so, Uwe Eicher, the guy who runs Academy Games, just
Hmm.
called me out of the blue and he was just like he's like, it was more of a, I haven't talked to you in a long time because we connect on a like semi-regular basis. And then of course, we ended up just talking about, shipping and stuff like that. And how he's got a new game, and he's trying to get it over, while he's still got a chance. And, and yeah, he said, I'm paying 30-40% more for a container than I normally would because right now everybody's trying to get one.
Yeah.
So, and everybody's like, "Oh, you got a reprieve now." It's like, yeah, well, first of all, you were stabbing me 5 times in the face, and now you're only stabbing me one time in the face. And you want me to say thank you?
Yeah.
I just so, and I suppose with, I mean, Trick or Treat Studios, I mean, I know that like you're like a section of like a Halloween company basically. I'm gonna guess they have a lot of their products that are made in
Yeah.
China in
Yeah, no,
general.
no, it's bad for a lot of the things. So on the plus side, our latex masks don't get made in China, but our action figures sure do, and that those are
Oh,
plastics, and there's not a great secondary option for plastics. So you're kind of stuck if you want to do stuff, and the big problem with that is like we're doing um licensed IPs for basically everything. Like the board games, sure, we've got like some stuff that's generic, like some generic fantasy kind of themes. But for the non-games, for the action figures, well, that's all licensed, and all of that has a ticking clock on it with a minimum guarantee. So
Mm.
if we choose not to make it, or if we do make it but choose not to ship it, we're still losing money because that's the clock is ticking, and we have to pay money to the licensor whether we make it or not.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure they aren't like, oh yeah, no, they want their money, right?
No,
You know, I
no,
mean,
yeah, they
it's just
absolutely
like
do.
that's what the contract is, and I'm sure they have the mentality of, well, it's like, I mean, the contract is what the contract is, come what may,
Yeah,
so
yeah. We just had reprint. Halloween is our I think is our best selling game, and we just had the third printing land because we need to have it keep coming in, and we had it land, a couple of days before the tariffs went down, and so
yeah,
we're full value on our reprint uh of that, and it's
yeah.
just
I wish your story was like unique. Not that I want that to only happen to you, but I mean, I mean, I'm sure you saw Ben at Floodgate Games show like his whole, giant, massive bill that he said to pay, that he posted online, and it's just, yeah, I mean, it's just bad news bears across the
yeah,
board. You guys have a booth at Origins?
not at Origins. At Gen Con we will be.
No.
I've been trying to talk them into Origins. That's one of those things where
You want our booth?
uh we would qualify for like the first time thing, so it would be really cheap the first time we actually go. But it's hard to they're used to a different kind of booth. They're used to going to horror shows and having one person man a booth, and just sell stuff. And because somebody walks up and sees a Michael Myers mask or a Leatherface mask, they know whether they want it immediately or not.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not used to a product where people want more information or want to try out the game or want a deeper explanation. So it's hard to talk them into the conventions. So we can do, Gen Con. We're like, oh yep, this is the biggest show in the US, and Essen, biggest show overseas, and Gamma and Toy Fair and things like that, where it's business to business. They can understand that because there are shows like that for the horror products as well. But the but any of the other things, it's kind of a fight to get them to look at it the same way that the games industry looks at it.
Yeah, no, I get that. That's a really good answer. I mean, honestly, you should just go to BGG Con because it's the only one worth going to. So, oh, hey,
I
Aldi, I didn't see you there.
I
Hey, how's it going?
I would love for us to also do BGG
You talking
Con.
about trick or treat?
Yeah, trick or treat. I
Yeah.
would love for us to also do BGG Con, but that's we that would be a harder fight than Origins, right? Like the more people we can say attend, the more we can
Well,
advocate for it.
I mean,
But
I'm not going to tell you your job, but I mean, first of all, one, do you still have family down that way?
yeah, yeah, no,
Ki-
I wish that I was going in particular because I get to visit my family in Fort Worth. Yeah,
I wish I could find that picture that when we were working at TMG and we all went out to the In-N-Out Burger and went to Madness, and then like somebody took a picture of us like all standing around the pickup that we
yeah,
were at, and we were all looking a different way, and I was like, "This is an album
yeah.
cover." It's an album cover picture. It was like somebody took a snapshot. I wish I could find that picture again. Um, but and then the one person actually looking at
Oh,
the
you guys went to
camera.
Madness?
Yeah, like I remember I went to Madness and I couldn't find anything to buy.
You
It
went
was
to the
weird. It was like huge, right? And I walked
Oh,
through the whole
crazy! Because
thing.
that place is huge.
Well, no, it is huge. It was like
It's massive.
that
It's a
was back when
monster
I,
storage.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's a crazy story. I mean, everybody should go to that at some point in their lives, right? I mean, just to see it.
Yeah.
If you're a board game person or a D&D person or tabletop whatever person, um, you should go. I mean, it's just to witness basically a warehouse of board games.
A supermarket.
Yeah, supermarket. That's
It was a supermarket before.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's a cool store. I haven't been up there. I need to go up there and visit them. It's a
I
bit far for
was
me.
oh, poor Aldi. No,
Anything north
because
of
that,
635 is a stretch.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I could definitely see BGG Con. I mean, it's like because and it's also, I mean, it's a great convention to go to. I love it. It's like obviously the people and everything like that. It's just fun to be there. But also, I mean, depending on it can be tough. It can be a tough con to sell your stuff at because most people have. I mean, those are like the true niche board gamers, and they kind of own the stuff already.
Unless you're putting out like a sort of hot game and it's the first place to get it. Like I think because there's stores there.
Well,
There's
yeah,
two stores that show up. And
yeah.
like,
There's two stores that
they
show
sell
up,
stuff.
and nope, I remember
A
that
lot
was
of publishers sign through Common Ground, which is my local store.
yeah. I mean, we've had our off air talks about that. I mean, they seem like a nice store. They seem like a very, very nice store. So
They're
that the one guy was a total like just I mean, I don't know if somebody had pooped in his
I have a
Cheerios
hard
and
time. Anyway, whatever. We don't need to discuss that.
you have a hard time what?
Anyway, BGG Con next week.
No,
BGG Spring
no.
next week.
Finish your
2,000
thought there.
attendees.
Finish your thought. You have a
No,
hard time what?
it's your story. I'm not going to tell your story. It's your story.
No, I mean, but I was just like, what's
I have a hard time understanding it.
well, I didn't understand it
It
either.
depends
Like,
whatever. I don't want to talk.
well, okay,
I mean,
so
you
everybody
seem like
knows.
you want to tell this story.
No, I don't want to tell the story,
I
but
wouldn't tell the story, to be
I
honest.
okay, I'm not going to tell
Yeah,
the
I don't
story.
think you should. I feel like you should not.
Okay, I won't
Because
tell the story.
you don't know who the person is.
No, I don't know.
You're just
I don't
basically
know.
putting it associated with.
And okay, fine.
Anyway.
I won't tell the story. I won't tell the story. I had nothing but great
I think it's wise not to.
great experiences with Common Ground Games. Everyone should spend lots of money at their store.
I have had many great
CommonGroundGames.com.
experiences with Common Ground Games.
Listen to Aldi.
They're coming. They're coming in next week. It's at BGG Con at the hotel, the DFW Hyatt Regency, in the airport.
Where the original
It's about as big as the old BGG Con.
the old BGG. It's the old Glasscock. The old Glasscock. That's what my nickname was in high school. The old Glasscock.
I'm looking forward to it because I feel like I've been through. This year's been pretty stressful. Has it been stressful for you guys?
It's been horrible. It's been absolutely awful. 2025 has just been. It's been a hell of a year. It's just.
Andy, does Trick or Treat manufacture in the States, or are they a foreign manufacturer?
Yeah,
Geez,
yeah.
Welcome to 10 minutes ago, Aldi. Geez.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. You don't have to cover that ground if you don't want to. Whatever.
No. Obviously the games primarily get manufactured in China. They're with some exceptions. The Our latex masks don't get they get manufactured in Mexico primarily. But other stuff like we do action figures, we do life-size props of things like Leatherface chainsaw with real moving gears things and life-size mogwai and things like that, and that's all made in China. So and for things like that we're tens of thousands of dollars invested in molds that exist in China already, where it's
Right.
not it's not viable to do it anywhere else anyways, but
Doesn't
it's
transfer
especially
that
not
easily.
viable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so it's pretty
So
harsh.
do the trick or treat offices have a Texas pinball or Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine?
Oh,
Have you seen that one?
well, so we do have. I say we, they, because I'm in upstate New York currently. The office is in
Yeah.
California. Um, uh, they do have. I think they have two pinball machines there now, and one of them is. I don't think it's Texas Chainsaw. It is. Oh,
Halloween,
I don't think it's the Halloween. But those are both good
Scooby
guesses.
Doo,
No, I would definitely have remembered
Monsters.
Scooby Doo. Let me go see if I can find a
I mean,
picture of it.
are they horror themed?
Yes, horror themed specifically. Our
Uh,
owner is really
yeah,
likes pinball. So
yeah, because I think Lincoln and him have talked about pinball.
yeah, and
Oh my
you watch
gosh,
him
what would
play
it
it,
be?
and he is harsh on those machines. Like he is full on,
Oh,
just like
he's a tilter.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um, Let me go see if I can
gotten a
find.
little more rough with my pinball these days.
Yeah,
Gotta tell who's
Is it
boss.
is it what's his name? Alice Cooper?
no, I don't think so. I think it's a
Elvira?
movie. I think it's a movie specifically, and it, I'm trying to I don't think it's Evil Dead.
Evil
Um
Dead just came out.
yeah, but I don't think it's that. So I've only been to the offices
Adam's
once,
Family?
and it was no, I would remember that because Adam's Family was one that I like when I was like a teenager. The local shop had that, and I would have definitely
That's
remembered
from the
that.
90s.
Yeah. So that is it's a good
Monster
machine.
Bash?
No.
One of the
Hey, hang on,
best.
I'll go find it. I'll go find it. I'll find a picture.
Okay.
And
I'm curious to know now.
yeah.
I feel like I rattled off most of the horror games, but I'm
Yeah.
sure there's probably something I don't know.
Um, talk amongst yourselves while I go see if I can find a picture.
Yeah.
Well, there is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball machine that came out last year by Spooky Pinball.
Hmm.
I played it. It's pretty good. But Evil Dead is so good. Like the new Evil Dead pinball is so good. It's a
You
killer
say
machine.
so.
It's a killer machine.
If you say so.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
My game group is not meeting this weekend, so I'm not going to be playing any games this weekend. I am on my own. Michelle is out of town.
Now you're gonna play solo games.
Uh, you know what? I'll probably just work on my music. I haven't done music in a while, so
Sounds like fun. You can be creative
it is for me.
and you can I believe you. I bet you
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Are we still
That's another
guessing? Just
horror.
I
It's horror themed in the most only real tangential way.
no, that definitely counts as sort like
Twilight Zone.
we have a no. It's not Twilight Zone.
Okay.
Hang on,
Dracula.
I'll find it. I'll find it. Hang on. I'm
Walking
looking.
Dead.
were you
I'm looking for
listening to the
pictures.
dude's story?
What?
I busted out uh a Big Lebowski reference.
Oh, there's a Big
You
Lebowski pinball machine also.
I heard it, you told me it wasn't very good though.
No, it's good.
All right. Well, I remember it, like you said it, you were kind of nonplussed with it.
No.
But um
I hope they make
but
a Friday the 13th pinball machine. That would be pretty fun.
Friday I mean they had to have done that by now.
I don't think so. Only Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think there's a Freddy Krueger from the
Well,
90s.
I was gonna say there's gotta be a
And
Freddy, there's gotta be a
Nightmare on Elm Street. But I
What
don't think
about
there was a
like
Friday.
what about like Child's Play or
Chucky?
Chucky?
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't think so.
Mm.
I think so.
I mean, Halloween and Friday the 13th are the big ones, right?
So it's Halloween. Here's
It is Halloween. Yeah, that's a spooky pinball machine. Yep, there you go. Cool. Look at that.
yeah.
Is that Chris?
Yeah, that's Chris. He says we made the knife in the chute and the knife on top. So they made the
Okay,
knife
so
that
it's like
goes.
they made the toppers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
very cool. Well, now he's got to get Texas Pimp. He needs Evil Dead and Chainsaw Massacre. Have all the horror pinballs.
no, don't suggest it. He'll do it. Yeah,
I'm sure he's well aware of the games. They're very
yeah,
good. They're very well known.
yeah.
It's
And he likes picking up horror stuff. He owns one of the cars that was in the movie Carrie. Like
Oh, neat.
or
Does
not Carrie.
it work?
Uh what's the
Christine.
Christine, sorry. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Christine.
yeah, still, yeah, Christine. Yeah, it still works. He has a keeps it in a tinty thing to and he has to go get special gasoline for it and stuff. But yeah.
you would think somebody would
Wow.
make a Steve like what
What is
about
it?
like a Stephen King pinball machine? There's so many like Stephen King novels and stuff that you could throw in there.
Yeah.
Like
I, there's so many untapped themes in pinball.
I mean, just think of like you made like you have Christine, the car. You could do it with Pennywise the
Voodoo,
clown. I mean,
Shining.
you got Shining. Good point.
You have to be careful though to watch touching the movies though.
Yeah,
Like apparently the licensing is just a bit pinball.
yeah. Remember when like Ready Player One the
So the
movie
latest
came
King
out?
Kong is unthemed. It is not tied. Yeah, I did.
Well, I'm just gonna say when the Ready
Pre-pandemic.
Player One movie came out, and like all of a sudden they had like The Shining, like the movie, and you're like, how did they manage to pull that off? Like it was just like all of a sudden like The Shining was in Ready
Yeah.
Player One the movie. I was like, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
you just get the license.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Like,
I mean,
somebody knows somebody.
well,
I
I
mean,
mean, I
it's
guess the Kubrick
Steven
family is still
Spielberg,
around,
right?
so
Like if Steven Spielberg calls you up and be like, "Hey, can we have the Shining movie?" Like, yeah, sure. It's that kind of stuff probably sometimes too, right?
maybe, maybe.
Yeah, I don't because
Oh
I
man,
don't know
I need to watch
how
Ready Player One. I haven't watched it in a while. I like that movie a lot.
I don't know
Maybe it
how a
made me
pinball machine
sad.
makes money off a license. Like that's just so much money to
Well,
for
isn't there
so
a
many
yeah, I
so
mean,
few
like,
users.
because yeah, the pinball the proposition for pinball is you're really not going to sell that many.
Right.
And if they're going to charge you like a huge amount of money for the license, you have to be able to recoup your money, right? Like
Right.
it's just so you got to. I feel like the themes need to be picked very specifically. Now, the King Kong machine they just came out with is unlicensed. It is their own creation of a. It's called the Myth of Terror Island. It's not tied into a movie in any
They
way,
just
but it
happen to
has
have a
movie
giant
things
ape.
in it. It has a giant gorilla. It has the Statue of Liberty, but it's not the Statue of Liberty. You know what I mean? Like it's an Art Deco building. It has I don't know, all the stuff that's in those original movie, the black and white one, um, with all the monsters on the island.
You'd have to think the original King Kong movie has got to be getting close to being in public domain at this point.
When did that come out? It was 1939, I think.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
2029 is when it will be
Eight
public domain.
2039.
2029.
Oh, 2029.
yeah.
When did that first movie come out? Okay.
That would mean it was 1929.
1933. 1933.
Oh, just think of all the awful King Kong adult
I don't know. I
movies that
mean,
are going to come out at
King
that point.
Kong's already in the public domain. The book is already in the public domain. So they just made a game out of it. Like they didn't pay anybody any licensing fees, from what I can tell. There's no tie-ins with any movie that I recognize, except images of a building and King Kong climbing a building, and in New York,
Yeah,
and
it's
a biplane.
as long as all those things occurred in the book, then that's fine. And as long
Yeah,
as
fair game.
so usually those licensors will have a few things that they feel like are the specific indicators of it being from the movie. So Frankenstein is arguably in the public
Touchstone.
domain, but if you have a green Frankenstein with neck bolts specifically, then they'll be like, oh, that's a Universal Monsters Frankenstein. Whereas if you're like, oh, he has bolts on the side of his head instead of neck bolts, and it's a different shade of green, then it's like, oh, okay, well, that could be something else. That could be the book or whatever. So usually I don't know what the things what they glom onto for King Kong, but it seems hard to choose specific things for
There's some
King
stuff
Kong.
from the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, like if you named your heroine Fay Ray,
yeah, yeah. That would
like
be
in the pinball game, her name is Anne. Like who's Anne? Anyway,
Remember the
sorry.
the remake with what was
Yeah,
it?
the
I'm trying to remember. Was
Peter
it
Jackson one
no the one in the
with Jack
70s?
Black.
Um,
Yeah, I remember that one. That's one we grew up with. Who
yeah.
was in that?
Well, I was trying to remember. Jeff
I think
Bridges.
I think I had the King Kong board game back. Was Jeff Bridges in that movie?
But Jeff Bridges was the good guy or whatever, and then and it actually
Or was
had
he
kind
the
of, but well, he was like the photographer guy or whatever that was going along with
right? Was he but he
the
wasn't like
tour.
the businessman.
No, that was played by
I don't,
Charles
I'm
Grodin,
not watching it in a long time.
and Jessica Lange played the
Oh,
woman.
really?
Yeah, but no, and then the end
Right,
of
right.
it is like because she's always said she wants to be famous. That was like her big thing. Is like she wanted to be
Charles
famous.
Grodin was in it too.
Yeah, I just said Charles Grodin. Jesus. Anyway,
Oh, I thought you said Charles Brolin.
no, Charles Grodin.
I heard something else.
I understand. It's no big deal. Um, but anyway, the
Is that movie good? I think because when I was a kid, I thought it was good, but it probably is not good.
I rewatched it a few
Then he
years
gets stomped at
back.
the end too.
Charles Grodin does. He gets crushed. Um,
Yeah, I remember
but
that.
and then the one scene I remember as a kid that freaked me out was when they were all hanging onto the log and Kong was like rotating the log and the people were like falling off of the
Oh
log.
yes, that was a nightmare-inducing thing for kids. Oh my
Yeah,
God, I
I remember
remember that.
watching that and I was just like, and it just
Where they're
freaked
yeah,
me out.
they were all falling into that chasm.
Yeah, they were just all falling.
Oh,
I
I
remember it
totally
was,
remember that now.
oh yeah, it was just like that was as a kid. I remember because like you're watching them and they're trying to hang on to the vines as the
Yeah.
thing's spinning around and like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that was super scary.
yeah.
I
It
remember
just
that.
that was like one of those
And
things
didn't they
with
when like only one survivor, they walk back to the camp and he's like, everybody died.
yeah. I mean, it was horrible. But no, and then but the end of it is actually like because it's like you um uh the helicopters show up and shoot Kong and kill him. But like remember, and then the whole movie is about
The
Jessica Lange
biplanes.
talked about. No, that's in the original. In the 1976 one, it was
Oh,
helicopters.
oh, was it helicopters?
Yep. Um, and
What's the name of the island? Death Island?
Skull Island.
Skull Island.
Yep, Skull Island. No. Anyway, so then
Oh man. I
the
loved King Kong as a kid.
it was he was cool. But no, anyway, the whole point is at the very end of the movie, um, like because she's always talked, I just want to be famous or whatever. That like she goes to the dying Kong or whatever, and all of these photographers like surround her to take pictures of her, and then like Jeff Bridges can't get close to her. And it's one of those things where it's like she's standing there and everybody's taking pictures, and so she's finally famous. And it's like a melancholy ending, like super like oh, like not only did this like
Yeah, I
innocent
do remember that.
thing die, but like now you got what you wanted. You're famous, and it's just like, it was, it's one of those. And then
So
like this,
poignant.
yeah, I don't know, the guy that she loves or whatever is just like whatever, and he just leaves. But yeah, at the Twin Towers, he was on top of the Twin Towers, so it's kind of weird to think about.
It was Twin Towers, not Empire State.
Yeah, because I remember there's the scene where like there's like guys with guns or something on like shooting at him at the one tower, and so he jumps from the one tower to the other, and then the helicopters show up and
I remember when I
take him
watched
down.
the original Kong, I was like, it was so much better, like so much more exciting. Because King Kong starts fighting like, doesn't he fight like a T-Rex or something?
I remember he fought
Like on the island,
he fought a dinosaur or
or
something in the 70s
a
one
pterodactyl, or
too.
yeah, like a stegosaur,
I don't
stegosaur.
know. Yeah. I just remember that I went to that remake, that King Kong remake with Jack Black. I went to that with my mom, and I remember like thinking that it was just kind of like, I mean, this is okay, but I was also just kind of like, there was so much. It was like it was a Peter Jackson movie, so he just made everything more. It was just like, like remember when they were on like the vines
I
with
remember
it?
those monsters that ate the guy's head that were just
Yeah, that was
horrific.
that was horrific as
The giant
well.
leeches or whatever they were. What were those
Yeah.
things?
But no, but remember when he's like fighting like the T-Rexes in that movie, and they're like basically on vines and they're like swinging back and forth the entire way? I was just like, what is going on? This is just, I don't know.
I think I need
It
to reboot
was
my computer. I'll be right back.
all right. Sorry, Andy, this is what we do. We just
Yeah.
start talking about random stuff like that. Ah,
I think the only thing I remember scaring me when I was a kid was War of the Worlds. When not because I felt it was real, but because the weird like cicada noise that the ship made,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
and and
yeah.
then it like laser beamed people, and they turned into like melted whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. See, I thought you were going to say the only thing that scared me when I was a child was the clown with the bloody knife that would come out of my
yeah, no,
closet every night.
no, no. The only movie that I remember like specifically being like wonked out by was the really old World of Worlds.
Yeah. My parents got divorced. I would go to my I would end up going to my dad's and hanging out with him on weekends. Every other weekend I was with my dad. And then I've talked about this before, but it was like um it was one of those things where we ended up like when my siblings got older, I was the youngest. My siblings got older, they had stuff going on the weekend, so they wouldn't be there. So it'd just be my dad and I, which I thought was cool. And we'd go and like rent movies a lot. And my dad loved watching horror movies, because he's just got this like, oh, this is stupid, and he can just turn that part on with his brain. But I can remember we would watch, movies like Alien and I mean, just nightmares for days for me. Just I remember, uh, oh, there was that one movie, what was the werewolf movie where the
Teen
spoilers,
Wolf.
the Teen Wolf? Oh, it's so scary. No, no, um, uh, the werewolf movie where the priest turns out to be the werewolf. And the kid's in the wheelchair. Silver Bullet. That was the name of the movie. Yeah, I remember watching that, and that scared the hell out of me. Just like the werewolf stuff was super freaky. Um, and I remember, God, I mean, we watched those. I mean, and I remember also like my stepdad would take me, like he'd ask like me and like me and like my buddy, like I had this kid who lived a couple doors down from me, and we'd be hanging out at the house doing stuff. And he's like, "Hey, you guys want to go to a movie?" And we're like, "Sure." And he's like, "Oh, let's pick out a movie to go to." And and ultimately it would be like one of those things where it's like we would pick a scary movie, and he'd take us he'd take a couple of 12-year-olds to like a Friday the 13th movie, and we had this big plan like we were gonna watch a Friday the 13th movie, and I was like, well, this is a bad idea. You
Yeah,
know? Just
yeah.
like being a kid. But yeah, for some reason we wanted to watch it. Yeah. The one movie I remember that like the American Werewolf in London. Oh my gosh. It's not, I mean, it wasn't like one of those movies that was like flat out scary in like certain things, but I mean, man, that scene when they're walking through the mist after they're forced out of the pub, and like, and then they're hearing the howling noise in the background, and just that, and those freaky dreams he's having, and oh my gosh, that was just bad news bears. Another.
Yeah, I think they did a good job on transformation stuff in that one, because that's usually the downfall of a lot of werewolf movies is how bad their transformation looks.
Yes.
Like the original one where they transpose between
Yes.
obvious stages of makeup to get there is bad, but there are plenty of others that are bad too. And that one they definitely had like weird stuff with like the hands and the knuckles and stuff going on, and
Yeah, I mean,
did a
remember when
better
he held
job.
up his hand, and like you
Yeah,
could, I mean, as a kid, you look at it and you realize because he's holding it up, and it's like you don't see and he's staring at it, but all you
yeah,
see is the hand in his face. So it's obviously they just put a little like a fake thing to like extend out, and but yeah, that was pretty. So it's like, "Grr," and he's like,
yeah,
"Ah."
yeah.
No, yeah, good stuff. Um, American Werewolf in London. Uh, and the
Oh, so scary.
all the music, the entire soundtrack was all about I see a bad moon rising. It was like every song had a moon in, like it was like it was moon themed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not the best person doing the score ever. They're just like songs with moons. And
The good old days. God, what was that actor? He was in a ton of stuff too. The guy who played the werewolf.
David Norton.
There you go. Thank you, Anthony.
You're welcome.
Yeah, David Naughton. And what else was David Naughton in? Ah, I see. I pulled up a picture of David
Dr.
Naughton.
Dr. Pepper commercials.
Yes, but no, I'd say it's like the first picture for David Naughton that comes up is him, age 73 years old. David Naughton at the Nightmare Weekend Con, Richmond 2023. I can only imagine he must be milking the horror circuit with yep, I was a werewolf. Uh yeah, he was a pepper. Yeah, you should probably like him a lot, Andy, you and your Dr. Pepper love. I gotta ask you, have you tried the Dr. Pepper Blackberry?
yeah, I've had the back. It actually, I was really jealous for a while because like you were posting pictures of it, and people in Texas were posting pictures of it, and it just wasn't in New York yet. Like at the time when you were getting it, it didn't show up for like another month after that. But yeah, I've had it. I think I have some in the house still too.
Yeah, so it is like you can find the normal stuff pretty regularly. To find the zero stuff, because I only drink diet soda now, to find the zero stuff is like next to impossible. And when I find it, I just buy everything I can
Yeah.
because it's so good. And I don't know if you ever knew this, but it tastes exactly the same. And I've told you, you probably listened, you told you this. It tastes exactly the same as a limited edition soda that they only sold at Walmart, Jurassic Park Dark Berry Dr. Pepper. And I
I I
remember
I had that dark berry. I couldn't remember that the flavor well enough to compare.
it was delicious. I was like, oh, this is the best. And then I couldn't find it anymore. And I was jalapeno double melt. You too have gone the way of the dodo, and I can't track him down anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I,
that black yeah, it's so good. It's yeah.
the I try to drink a bit less soda. I've actually been drinking a lot of there's a thing called sparkling ice that has caffeinated version. So it's like fizzy water with caffeine, and
Mm.
the black raspberry flavor is good.
Oh,
Yeah. So if you ever see that in the store, it's sparkling ice with
fizzy
caffeine.
ice,
Sparkling ice.
black. What is it called? Sparkling ice?
Yeah, sparkling ice, and they have regular ones and they have caffeinated ones, and the so and there's
And it's
several
dark
flavors.
raspberry, you said, or black raspberry?
Yeah, black raspberry. They also have blue raspberry. Blue raspberry tastes exactly like blue slushy, but which I'm fine with in limited amounts. But the black raspberry I can drink a lot of. And they also have fruit punch and some other flavors too.
All right, I know what you're talking about, but I've never seen it with uh the caffeine.
Yeah,
Hmm. Might need to look into this.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, like it's no sugar is a pretty positive thing, but having the caffeine, like that was specifically what I was looking for, right? Like I was like, I would still like caffeine. I'd like it to taste like something, but I would like to not be consuming, you know, my head's worth of sugar every day.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, huh. I can buy a 12 pack for 14.59 off Amazon right now.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, that's another thing. It's not like it's a Red Bull where you're paying like $5 for a little can or whatever. Uh, and I mean,
Mm. Well, my friend, you just made sparkling ice a sale because I'm I'm not anything if I'm not a you haven't steered me wrong. Though I never got to have you do a taste test between Pib and Dr. Pepper because Pib tastes better. When I get Pib extra, it's like the only sugar soda I'll drink anymore, and I don't drink a lot of it, but I'll treat myself every once in a while too. And so good. And I can never find Pib Zero anywhere. I've emailed them. They're just like, no, Pib Zero still exists. I was like, no, it doesn't. I can't find it anywhere. You're lying sacks of crap. They're like, oh, where? And then they're even like, oh, where do you live? And I was like, I live here. And it's like, oh yeah, we don't have any near you. It's just like, God bless America.
yeah,
Oh, I got a grievance. And Aldi's already heard some of this. Where is Aldi? He's just off doing whatever. Well, that's fine. I'll share my uh I will uh I will share my my grievance. So my wife was traveling and me and the kids were out doing something. I don't even remember what we were doing. We're out running an errand. And everyone was like, we're hungry. And I was like, all right. And then I figured we were gonna go. Oh, we were dropping off some flowers for my mother and my mother-in-law. We ordered flowers and they came early, and we had to deliver them before Mother's Day, so they wouldn't go bad. But anyway, so uh, we're hungry. I understand. We should get food. I understand. So we were gonna go to one restaurant, and the restaurant was just closed, even though it shouldn't be closed. And then when I called them like the other day to see where they're closed, they answering said, "It's like we are closed, but we will open soon." That was the entire message. I was like, that seems weird. But it was a Chinese restaurant, and we were all in the mood to eat Chinese food. And so I was like, well, there's gotta be another Chinese restaurant nearby. So then we picked, and there's like, Shanghai Chinese restaurant. I've never eaten here before in my life. It's just in some strip mall that, like, but hey, it's close by. Let's just go there. So we go in, and guys like, hey, what do you want? I was like, oh, wanted to go order. And then, the kids just ordered General Tso's chicken. They just said General Tso's chicken. That's their go-to, which is, it's pretty good go-to. You know, chicken with a, a honey kind of glaze thing. And so I asked the guy, I was like, what's the best thing you got? And he's like, oh, it's, our Shanghai fried rice. And I was like, what's Shanghai fried rice? He's like, it's a very spicy. You like spicy? And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, it's very spicy, but it is our homemade, it's our own recipe fried rice, which is, soy sauce and egg, and and it was made fried rice knows how you make fried rice, but their own recipe with chicken, pork, and shrimp. That's very, and onion and and I was like, sounds amazing. I'll get that. He's like, cool. So he's like 10 minutes and he comes back out and he's got this big giant sack of stuff and he hands the thing. And so we leave and we're all hungry and we get home, we start unpacking it. And my kid goes, I don't think your rice is here. And I was like, what? And I go through the whole thing, just gone. It's just like everything in there but the one thing I ordered, and it's
Yeah.
just like, which again, it happens or whatever. But then I called them and I was like, hey, so I was just, you didn't get your rice, the guy said. And I was like, no, I didn't get my rice. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Do you want to come back and get it? And like, literally, we were like, I mean, it's like if you don't know the area, but it was like a 20-minute drive away to drive home. It's like, I was like, I live too far away. I said, I'm not driving back there to get it. I was like, can you just maybe have you deliver? Can you just deliver it to my house? Oh, well, our delivery driver is our cook and he's cooking right now. So we can't deliver until, you know, it wouldn't be until later. And I was like, well, when? Well, it's like, well, we're trying to find another driver to come in, but it's just like we don't know if we're going to be able to deliver tonight. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, that sucks. And he's like, the next time you come in, I'll I'll give you your order of rice for free. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, the food I paid for that I didn't get, you'll give to me for free? Yes. I was like, you're not doing anything for me at all. It's just like I already paid. I gave you the money. You didn't give me the thing. If I came in there, you'd be giving me the thing I got the money for. And he's like, well, yes, I would give it to you if you came back. It's just like,
I mean, he's at least trying to make it right, right? Like,
well, but my whole point was it was like I already gave you the money. I should already
yeah,
have it. If I'm gonna go to the trouble of like coming back like a week from now, I don't mean to be rude, but not only should you give me the food that I paid for that you did give me, but you should also maybe say, and here's something else you can have for free, or here's something, yeah.
sure.
I still want to know what that Shanghai rice tastes like. So I gotta go back there.
He won't remember you. He'll have changed hands by then.
Yeah. Get out of my establishment.
Yeah.
We weren't even open that day. Yeah, yeah. But
I had a not exactly comparable, but there was when I was in my early 20s, I think, I had a car that needed repairs. Took it to local repair place, and they tried to do a like a high pressure like upsell on doing the repair, and I was just like, no, I can just drive it and take it somewhere else, thanks. And I left a bad review on their thing, and they were just like, yeah, no, that didn't happen. Because on those Google reviews, they can respond and you can't respond back to them. And so they're just like, no, this didn't happen. You weren't there. Uh, you must be mistaken. It must have been a different car place. Was their idea that they were putting forward, and I can't respond because there's no method to respond to them on those Google reviews. They can respond to you once, and then that's it. And I was like, because I knew that they're just like lying, and that bothered me a lot.
Yeah. I my favorite instance of anything like that that ever happened to me was when I lived in this apartment building. And across the street from this is when and then like it was like kitty corner from my apartment building. There's a strip mall. And in that strip mall was the pizza establishment that I worked at and delivered pizzas. But also there was one of those like, quick lube. It was like they called themselves quick lube. It was like a Jiffy Lube that had like shut down and somebody bought it and then, just made their own like this is your you can come here instead of Jiffy Lube to get your oil changed or whatever. And they always had in like when you go to a restaurant and like they have those like weekly mailer things that are on the things and like there's like a fun tidbits of jokes and dumb stuff in there or whatever. But then there was and then there's always like coupons in there, and they would always have a coupon in there for like this is a long ass time ago, so this is like probably mid to late 90s. It was like oil change 14.99, and it was like, oh, okay. So I would always I go into one of those things, I clip one out, and then I would just grab a handful of them, and so and I clip it on, because like you beat the hell out of your car, and so you're putting 2,500 miles when you're delivering pizzas, in 3 6 months is easy to do. So I would go in there and it's like, oh, yep, and these are the guys that would always say, it's like, oh, we checked your air filter, looked pretty bad. They're
Yeah,
always like,
sure.
oh, your windshield wipers look pretty good. We can swap those out for you. And I'd be like, nope, 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 don't want that. Nope, don't want it. No thanks, no thanks, no thank you. Just like
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards every single time. And then they came up with a thing. And so then I ran out of those coupons or whatever. And then they came up with a thing where it's like, we'll accept all competitors' coupons. They said, if you bring in a coupon from another place, we'll accept those competitors' coupons. So I was like, well, sweet. So then I went in there once, and like like a week before, I had a thing where my car started making like when it was shifting gears, it was making this weird rumbling noise. And I brought it into this place, and they were like, well, it's like they're like, it could be a lot of different things. That was like what they said. But I mean, it's like we can go in there and we can start, you know, but that's going to cost a lot of money. He said, I would strongly suggest we just do a full transmission fluid flush and clean, which will probably take care of the problem.
Mhm.
And he said, and if it doesn't, because it was a guy I knew, if he says if it doesn't, and we need to do something more, we'll take that money off of the bill. Just like I was like, all right, fine, let's go that route. So they did it, and it cleared up the problem. And I was like, how does that work? And he's like, it's just sometimes you get like clutch material and everything gets gummed up in a certain spot inside, and when you flush it out, it just clears up. Anyway, the whole reason I was like, yay, my car doesn't have that weird rumbling noise. A couple weeks later, I go to get my oil change. I go to that place, and the guy the guy says to me, I go, yeah, and here you accept competitors' coupons. Here you go. And then he was like, and he kind of looked at me and he kind of scowled, and he was like, he's like, we do that to get new customers,
Yeah.
not to maintain a relationship with somebody. And you've been coming here to get this done for a while. So he said, we're going to honor this coupon, but going forward, we're not going to accept any more coupons from you, which, fine, whatever. The guy's like, like, I'm losing money having you be a visiting here. So screw it. I mean, I get it. But I was also like, I was like 24, 25. So I was like, well, whatever, just fucking, I'll give you your $15 and I'll go change my oil or whatever. And then he gets done, and he comes out and he's like, Lance, hey, it's like, I don't want to see you off on a bad foot, but we did actually do, like, we always do a check, and here's your thing. And I was like, I don't want air filters. I don't want nothing. I can change my own windshield wipers. He's like, no, 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 it's nothing like that. I found something that's really, really disturbing. And I thought, I mean, this could be some long-term damage to your car. I was like, all right, what is it? And he shows me, normally transmission fluid should look, bright red, but this is what yours looks like. And he like held up this like thing that had this like brown liquid in it. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, here, hold on a second. And I walked out because I still had the receipt of the thing that I'd done. And I came out, I was like, that's really weird. I said, because I had my entire transmission fluid like emptied and flushed like 8 days ago. Did they put in old transmission fluid into my transmission? Or are you lying? He's like, hmm. Then he's like, well, it's like, this is the last time we're ever doing business. He said to me,
Jeez.
I was like, all right, see you later, bud. Just like when I went and got my car, I went and made sure that the oil thing was on tight and stuff, that they didn't do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just like, I was like, you little
Trimmed your brake lines. You
yeah.
meant it in a final way.
Yeah.
was-
Just
This
it
is
was
the
one of those-
last time.
But I remember it was just like, what a puke. I was just like,
Yeah.
But I get it. He was having a bad day, whatever. But anyway, Anthony, how's work? Oh, he's
It's
not-
fine.
It's fine.
I actually just brought out a case of those ice drinks
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
you were talking about, and I was laughing.
Can you
Yeah.
send me some?
Do you want me to send them to you? It'd probably be
Ice
cheaper to
drink.
get them from Amazon. The shipping is gonna be.
Well, no, I figured you pay for it to ship those to me.
What's an
Okay,
ice
sure.
drink?
Yeah.
What's in the ice drink? Is it soda?
It's caffeinated juice, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's no sugar, 5 calories, caffeine, sparkling water, and some flavoring and some vitamin stuff, which I think is part of the flavoring, like vitamin E, vitamin B, niacin
Mm.
stuff. But
Hey,
you want-
I'm
If
not
you want,
getting
I'll-
enough
I'll
niacin.
show it to you.
What's it called?
sparkling ice with caffeine, and the black raspberry is the good flavor. But there's other flavors too that are fine.
I mean, I don't know if I'm getting enough niacin. I mean, you never know.
We used to take niacin just for the rush of it in college because it would heat you up.
Yeah.
You would,
I was
cheat it.
just cracking wise, and here you step in with like truth bombs. So
Yeah, we would just crush the niacin.
But yeah,
I don't know why we did it. I think that was probably pretty stupid.
What do you want?
Glasses. Focus.
What is going on?
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
tap the screen. Maybe it's
focus thing.
Yeah, I have no idea. Weird.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
very
it's like-
weird.
it's like crazy out of focus.
here's $1. Buy a better phone.
Zero sugar. Is it got sugar? Like, is it got Splendid or something?
No, that's
Or nothing?
that was the reason why I started drinking it, was because like I tried several of the different flavors, and the black raspberry was the one I liked the most. But yeah, it's ingredients, carbonated water, and
Yep.
then immediately jumps to contains 2% or less of fruit and vegetable juice for color, natural flavors, caffeine, green tea extract, D-alpha tocopherol acetate, which is vitamin E, vitamin B3, calcium, pentothenate, which is vitamin B5. Yeah, more vitamin stuff.
Yeah, just Lance, make sure you get the one that's in the can, because the one that's in the bottle is not caffeinated.
No, I ordered the one that was in the can. But
Okay.
thanks, Dad. Appreciate it.
I'm just making sure.
I mean,
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, they might be hiding something in there. Who knows, right? Oh wait, sucralose. So I guess a little bit
That's-
of
That's sugar. That's basically a
Yeah.
sweetener.
That is so
It's weird
very
that they
little.
don't have that listed on the ingredients on the website.
Yeah. Citric acid, gamma arabic, potassium benzoate to ensure freshness.
Cool. Try it.
Yeah.
Talking Rain Beverage Company. Why would they not put the sucralose on the ingredients list?
I don't know. Maybe it's a this specific flavor or something
what
has
is
the
it?
sucralose. The black raspberry.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, all of that is under
Oh, I
the,
see it. I found it. It's sucralose. I see it now.
yeah. All of that is in the under the contains 2% or less of
Got it.
heading.
Cool. I'll try it. Still trying to get off the Diet Coke.
That's I'm trying to not keep soda in the house, basically, and only drinking soda when I'm out, in general. The exception has been the Dr. Pepper Black Raspberry. Or, yeah,
Ah.
the Dr. Pepper Blackberries. Uh, because I got a 12 pack of those that I've been nursing for a little bit. But in general, if I keep like a bunch of Dr. Pepper in the house, I'll drink a bunch of Dr. Pepper. So so I've been trying to cut back.
Well, it's good that you're trying to cut back.
Yeah.
We're not young. We're not young people anymore, Andy.
Yep.
The cold, icy hand of death awaits us all.
10 years ago, I was telling people that we're getting old. Nobody listened to me.
I apologize that is a very inside joke for Anthony and I, but we had a good laugh today.
Did you guys see the new Batman or Superman trailer? The full
Yeah,
trailer?
I did. Looks
It looks pretty
sweet.
good. I'm gonna go see it.
It's James Gunn. I mean,
It looks good.
It's gonna be good stuff. The Peacemaker season 2 trailer looks good.
I haven't seen season 1.
Oh, you're missing out.
Yeah,
Season 1's amazing.
Yeah, season one's
That's
pretty
what
good.
everybody says. I am caught up with Hacks though.
Uh,
Hacks. I'm ready for the
Hacks-
finale tomorrow.
So we that's on our we're waiting to binge it. So
Oh,
yeah,
the third
we've read,
season.
we've watched the first 3 seasons. This is the 4th season that's coming out.
Oh, it's the 4th season. Yeah, we're in the
Yeah.
for
first.
which
Yeah.
one?
Hacks with Gene Smart
Hacks?
and Gene Smart and
It's like it's a pretty good show. It's on HBO. It's like she's like a comedian that was popular back in the day, then moved to Vegas, and just all the hijinks that ensue
Oh,
and her career after that.
yeah, I tried to watch that. I couldn't get into it.
It's something about it. I like it.
no, I think Hacks is very good.
It's funny.
And yeah, it's funny and it's definitely it's about the characters really and they're very believable and not just like I think a lot of times uh shows with good characters hit a point where they're like, okay, and we have to go somewhere, so we're gonna make this person start behaving against everything else that we've built up to at this point. And I felt like they've so far done a very good job of making their all the butting of heads and whatnot still believable. If that makes sense.
It's a good show. Quality. Also, did we talk about White Lotus?
No, because none of us
Anybody
have
wa-
watched it.
Nobody. Oh my god, you guys gotta watch that.
I haven't watched the most recent season. I've watched the other seasons.
It's good. It's a good
Yeah,
show.
I watched like 3 episodes of the first season, and we're in the process of watching it. So
That
You got a lot of fun ahead of you.
see, I don't know if fun is the right is the
But
operative.
I don't know. There's something about the White Lotus. I just can't stop watching it. It's not. It's just enjoyable. I don't know. There's something about it. Like
I think it's a good
just
show.
intriguing.
I actually feel like they're kind of like, here's a jerk, here's another jerk.
Yeah,
Uh,
everybody there is an asshole.
this person's a jerk. This person you like, but we're gonna make sure that's not true by the end of this.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Um,
I mean,
so
the characters all have flaws.
this character, you'll kind of start liking them, and then we're gonna kill them.
Yeah, they'll be dead.
Be-
They'll be dead at the
because
end of the season.
because you're not allowed to like people in this show.
Spoilers.
The Game of Thrones, dude. There are plenty of people die. You know that people die from the first episode. You know, we didn't say who. All the first
Nobody
episode.
died in the first episode of the first.
Yes, they
first,
do.
I,
Are you sure?
I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure there was a death at the beginning. No. Hmm.
No. You know, I try so hard to make sure I don't spoil anything.
Oh yes. Okay,
And you
Lance. Well,
guys just
I
haphazardly.
spoiled
just-
that there's a death in the show. Maybe more than one. Who
Well, no, I
knows?
didn't. I didn't know characters died in the show. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Didn't know that.
No,
Come on.
I'm serious. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
I-
Well, sorry to spoil your fun. Now you're gonna wonder who's gonna die.
Well, yeah. Now I'm gonna.
Made
That's
it better for you.
That's what I'll always think the entire time. It's like, who's gonna die?
Has anybody watched Last of Us season 2? I'm not gonna spoil that one either.
I haven't watched any of The Last of Us.
I don't know if I really like it.
So the opening of the first episode is there in the airport. Person asks about the whereabouts of his wife. He rudely rebuffs them, walks away, and stares out the window where he sees a box containing human remains being loaded onto an airplane.
That's what.
That's-
Yeah, that was in the first episode.
Yeah, that's opening scene.
That's the
So
opening feelings.
yeah,
But that's not a character that you follow the entire time, and you're saying, oh yeah, you're gonna follow these characters. Don't like them because they're gonna die. You know, I mean, it's just
no,
like
no. I mean that's
there's a big difference between that and somebody.
I did not spoil anything. There's a death at the beginning of the show, and then they flash back.
Anyway.
You know,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you're not watching,
I don't know. I just don't like Ellie. Last of Us. I don't know. I just can't. She doesn't seem that sympathetic to me.
well, she's not very sympathetic in the game either.
I've never played it. I mean, I played part of the first one. My favorite part of The Last of Us was the episode with the people, the preppers.
Yeah, that was
That
good.
side,
And that was like that
side-
was something
which is
that
not even in the game.
yeah. Well, those characters are the characters
Oh,
definitely
aren't
are.
they? Okay.
But they it's an abbreviated moment. Mobland, Guy Ritchie movie or show. That they didn't just drop all of the episodes. You could watch all of them. It
Oh,
is
cool.
it's been once a week. If you ever wanted to see Pierce Brosnan like lose his shit and call people you slimy F word, C word, you know, as an aging Irish gangster. Extremely enjoyable, and everybody in the like everybody like running this family or whatever, and like lots of infighting, lots of betrayal and intrigue. Helen Mirren plays Pierce
Watch Peaky
Brosnan.
Blinders.
Yes, Helen Mirren plays his wife, who is like scheming for both the family, but scheming against Pierce Brosnan, and like, you know, and it's so yeah, Mobland, and like I said, it's Guy Ritchie, and I can't think of the actor's name. There's the one that ostensibly it's about him. He's like Pierce Brosnan's fixer, that he calls on, but he like it's basically Pierce Brosnan's family. It's like his entire all of his kids, his wife, his grandchildren, and then this guy who's like he isn't family, but he's like the family fixer.
Hardy.
Yeah, there you go. And he's the badass guy. You know,
Oh, it's
he's
on
the
Paramount Plus.
well, if you have Amazon and Paramount Plus, you probably have it. It's
Do
like
not.
Yeah. No, it's super good though. I mean, basically they've been doing one episode a week, and I have to sit here and wait, and as soon as it's like as soon as Monday comes, it's like, well, that's my lunchtime. I'm gonna watch the Mobland episode for
Is
uh
Landman worth watching?
so 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 Landman, I watched that, and it is, and then I watched a fantastic YouTube. So Landman it's a little ridiculous. Um but it is it's fine. It's okay. I mean, it's fun to watch Billy Bob Thornton be just a cantankerous,
Yeah, I like Billy Bob.
angry guy. But even I was watching this, and I was like, why is everybody getting a like 3 minute speech to explain something? Like and it's always just like, like, oh, there's all these board executives sitting in, like John Hamm is in this board executive with all these other oil men, and they're all talking about this, that, and the other thing. And then somebody, as the oil guy says, weren't we supposed to like make sure that we move this to make a cleaner thing? And then he just does this 2 minute it's like, everybody says we gotta have clean energy, but you know what? They come begging us whenever, like, they scream and yell at us when our oil prices aren't kept here. It's like, it sounds like he's basically like, just shouting down some guy and like trying to promote the oil energy business. I was like, why is this like a 2 minute speech? Like, and like each character like has these little speeches that they do, and it's just kind of crazy. And then the one thing that, and then I watched this video, and it was just like they said, oh, well, Landman, like, yeah, it's an Amazon show, but it basically was funded by like all of these different like oil companies and stuff like that basically like said, oh yeah, we'll pay this money to have this show made. And it was a fantastic, they talked about like,
It's their glaze up of the oil industry.
yeah, basically like, why we still need oil, and why, like,
Right.
why like solar energy will never work. And there's a whole
That's a
like
propaganda show.
it's kind of, there's like 3 minute speech that Billy Bob Thornton gives at one point, talking about why solar energy is like just like, maybe in 50 years, when the technology catches up, it might be worth something, but right now this is why, and blah blah blah, and corrupt governments selling people on these futures and stuff like that. So I was just like, huh, and it's just like, then you find out that Landman was made by whatever. Yeah,
Oh.
so it's interesting stuff as far as that
Yeah,
goes.
so I'm looking at the Wikipedia for it. It was filmed in and around Fort Worth. So uh
Well, there's an episode with Jerry Jones, isn't it?
yeah.
He gives like a monologue.
Yeah,
Pretty good, actually. He's pretty good.
yeah, he shows up, and he tells John Hamm
John
why
Hamm.
he's got to, like, take a step back from and concentrate on his family. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I watched them all. It was enjoyable. It definitely had its weird moments or whatever, but it,
Um
like, I mean, he's like, and the opening was weird because it opened up with basically Bill Van Thornton tied to a chair, like, and
Spoilers.
bag over his head, and like, and he's just,
Does he
and,
survive?
well, no, dead in the first 5 minutes.
He's dead.
It's the big cheat. They tried to make it look like, he was going to be in it, but he was in 5 minutes of one episode. Um, no, and it was just one of those things where, and then, I mean, it had a good opening. Like they say, you gotta grab your audience right away at the very beginning, and then, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's a good little show. I mean, you gotta turn your brain off. It's like watching a Reacher or something like that. You gotta turn your brain off, and just not expect Not expect anything special, right? And that's fine. I in this day and age, I need things to be um I don't want to have to think, I guess, for lack of a better term. I just don't just tell me the story.
We just finished watching Righteous Gemstones. Have you watched that?
I watched one episode. I liked what I saw, but it was one of those things I think that um I think it's like one of those things my wife would enjoy. So
Sure.
I'm like, okay, well maybe we'll watch this together. But man, it's like my wife and I just like laugh about all the time. It's like each of us has it's like our list of like shows that we want to watch. Like we still have to finish Bad Monkey, you know, which was freaking fantastic. If you haven't watched
Michelle
Bad,
and I watched the first episode and we haven't gone back to it.
yeah, I mean, if you just want to watch Vince Vaughn being able to be cool Vince
It's
Vaughn,
fun.
I mean, it's so good. It's so excellent. I mean, it's just
Yeah, for sure.
he's the smartest guy in the room, but he's also like constantly having bad stuff happening to him. So because I can't stand that. Like, you know, it's like, oh, you know, it's like here's the like that's why I like people are like, oh, Reacher's such a great show. I'm like, you know, I mean, I guess it's fine, but I mean, it's also like this guy just can't lose. Like no matter what he does, he's the toughest guy in the room. He's the best shot. He's the, you know, he's
Yeah,
always got the smart thing to say.
it's a Mary Sue character, right? Like that's
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's just like, and I'll always say, I mean, it's like there's like there's one season of Reacher where he notices there's a guy like watching them like on the street or something like that, and so he just walks over to the car and he opens up the door and drags the guy out and like beats him unconscious, and then he starts searching. He's like, hey, look, he had a gun. And then he realizes he's a cop, and so he just like pulled a cop out of his car and beat him senseless or whatever. And they're like, oh, is he a bad cop? No, he's actually a good cop, you know, and everything like that. And it was just kind of like one of those things where, you know, the guy, and then so the cop's like, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, it's like you're under arrest. You know, it's like you can't just, you know, he's like, oh well, I got people to save. You can arrest me later. And I was like, I don't think it works like that. But of course, he's like, okay, but I'm keeping my eyes on you, Reacher. You know, just like, okay, whatever.
I heard the Pit was good. My father-in-law said the Pit is good.
Rebecca's watching that.
I don't
She's
know.
she
I don't
says it's
like
really,
medical
really
drama
good.
though. It's not my jam.
It
She
depends.
liked it.
It depends on the drama. I mean, like there's some of them that I can get into and some I can't.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, she's really enjoying the pit.
Are you guys
Um,
watching Andor?
I haven't started yet. I'm waiting for it all to be done so I can
I
just burn
cannot
through
get
it.
into it. It's rough. It's rough going for
I've
me.
heard I've heard half and half. I've heard people say it's just freaking amazing, and I've heard other people say I can't believe how slow this is. It's just awful.
I'm in the latter.
You know,
I
I mean,
haven't
I really
watched
like the
it.
first one a lot. Yeah, are you watching it, Andy?
No, I haven't watched either.
Are you waiting for it to
I've yeah,
binge?
that's my preferred way to watch things usually.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
It's hard to go slow now. It's kind of
The
like
problem with Andor, go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
well, I was just gonna say it's like playing games on Board Game Arena and having one turn a day. And I take the one turn and I'm just like I
You
uh
want to finish the game?
uh please take your turns
Yeah.
because yeah, like the same thing. I know that it could be a different way, so I want it that other way. I want all the stuff. So I prefer the binge watching.
Yeah. And I do think it like it. I think now, and I mean I don't know this for certain, right? I mean I don't, but it feels like in some cases, like the ones that you are allowed to binge, like, hey, here's all 20 whatever, you know, here's all 12 episodes. Those tend to not be as good. It's like they know it isn't going to be any good, so it's just like,
Like here, have it.
here, have it, and then hopefully you'll watch all 12 because
So the problem with the Andor is the first three are just. It was a struggle for me to put it back on for the and I basically started it and I'm like, oh my god, I turned it back off. I waited through like the half of the fourth episode. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to force myself to watch it. Someone's gonna have to tell me it's so good. But for some reason, it's just not clicking.
You know,
Um,
whenever I think of Andor, and I realize whenever I think of Andor, I think of the one thing I remember is the moment of watching Rogue One in the theater, and when they get to the battle at the end, and it was just like, and then all of a sudden you hear Gold Leader standing there, you're like, oh my god! Like all
Oh
the
yeah, they
like,
they pull the strings on
oh
pull the Star Wars strings.
oh yeah, it was so good. It was just like that was one of those things where I was just like, that's cool. You know, this is Red Leader. You know, just like, yes, from that movie I've watched 7,000 times. You get me.
Remember berries. Remember
Yeah.
berries.
Um, I just can't believe like how good Mandalorian was, and then how much it like just kind of petered out. Like, you know, it was just
Yeah,
like that first season of Mandalorian was so amazing
I
and
I didn't
perfect.
mind it. It wasn't as bad as Boba Fett for me.
Yeah, I
Boba
mean,
Fett
Boba
fell
Fett
off.
was okay. I mean, there's a lot of people that like hated on Boba Fett. There's like, it definitely felt like they could have just made him more of a badass instead of like, just give me ruthless and cruel Boba Fett instead of,
Yeah, because
I wanna be in charge
he,
of,
he needed more of a redemption arc instead of just being like good from the get go.
yeah. So, um, that slow motion biker chase scene was the worst. We can all agree. It's
I
like,
don't even understand how that passed muster. Who
it just,
who's over that Star Wars being like, this is gonna be so cool.
yeah,
Like
just
slow motion bikers. By the way,
speeder bikes going at 20
the
miles an
speeder bike
hour.
in Endor or Endor, Moon of Endor is one of the best movie scenes ever. And then they turned it into like one of the jokes, biggest joke of Star Wars ever. Who is running Star Wars? Is not good.
Well, that was, I remember
I
I
mean, they're
read about
lucky
that.
there's so many fans of Star Wars, right? Because
Well,
like,
as they say, nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
no, it's just so bad. I mean, it was awful.
Uh,
The whole final episode of Boba Fett. I don't even get me started.
it was,
It's
yeah.
so bad.
I mean, it had
It was like
moments.
a it was like a
It
you know
wasn't
it's like a
all
college
horrible.
project. That's what it looked like to me. Which
College
is
project.
and I'm sure the budget was high.
Well, you'd think, right? No, I mean, I think there was that, and I mean, I, I'll say this. I remember, my dad was watching Mandalorian, and he was really enjoying it, and I remember for the final episode of Mandalorian, where Luke, they revealed Luke,
Oh,
like,
who?
yeah, they
Which Luke?
my dad came over, and like it was like my dad, myself, and my son Caleb just sitting there watching it, and it was like all of us like freaking out. It was great. I mean, the Mandalorian gave me that, which was
Sure.
a great moment.
I wish it looked a little better.
Well, it's tough to,
I know, believe me, I'm a tough critic with that stuff.
I mean, no, for me it's like I remember watching that, and I was just kind of like, I just remember that scene. I was like, who is it? I was like, yeah, I was like, it can't be Luke.
Come
I
on,
mean,
you knew who it was
well,
instantaneously.
but I thought it might have been, it might have been, oh, I can't even talk. I can't even think of his name right now. From the cartoons. Um,
You know, a cartoon.
It was John Travolta.
no, it was not John Travolta, you idiot.
Hey, may the
Um,
force be with you or something.
um,
Well, you know.
I'm just annoyed that
And
Star Wars is just so pervasive. There's nothing else. I
Ezra.
mean, I'm not really a
I
Trekkie.
thought it might have been Ezra. Because okay, and if you don't know who Ezra
Better
is,
than
then you
Ezra?
don't know who it is. But
I don't know.
Ezra was like um uh was the main character in Star Wars Rebels. And so like I had this opinion that like because he disappears uh at the he disappears in the Star Wars Rebels, and I'm not going to go into why he disappears, but he disappears. And and so I was like, oh, well, what if like that's because then nobody knows where he is. So it's like, oh, what if he comes back because of that, that kind of thing. And then I was like, but it was probably going to be too much of a uh uh
Man, it might
like
be the
who's
whole.
who's that? Like
Yeah,
most people would be
I
like,
wouldn't know who it is.
yeah.
I'm not watching any Rebels.
Well, and then
Although I
so
do know
that's
who Ahsoka is.
well, yeah. So then they had Asuka. Ezra shows up in the Asuka miniseries. If you watch that,
Asuka?
Asaka or I mean I Ahsoka. Whenever I see that, I think of the female wrestler Asuka. Like, 'cause it's spelled
Gets, yeah,
almost
it could be
exactly the
confused.
same. So you're so
By the way, I'm gonna give
hey.
you my movie review of Enora.
Well,
I liked
I
it.
yeah.
I wouldn't watch that with your parents, though. Don't watch it with kids.
Well, that's how kids are made. So
I don't know. I really liked it.
I'm looking forward to Murderbot. Um,
So,
it's based on a series of books, and the books are good too. And it's got Alexander Skarsgård
oh
in it,
yeah,
and it's um,
it
it
starts 2 days from now.
Yep, looking forward to it. Watch the trailer, and you'll see the tone, and if that appeals to you, uh, then you should read the
Buckle up.
books because the books are good. But it looks like a good adaptation of the tone based on the trailer. So I'm looking forward, and Skarsgård's good at doing stuff. So
Neat. What else is out there now? You gonna go see Fantastic Four?
yeah, I'll go see Fantastic Four.
Did you see Thunderbolts yet?
I haven't seen
No,
that.
I haven't. Caleb and I gotta go see that.
Yeah, you should go see it. I really liked it.
I've,
Although, as soon as we walked out of the movie, I was like kind of high, and then everybody in my group was like, "That sucked." I'm like, "What? What did you watch? Did we watch the same movie?" I don't know. I think they're pretty harsh. Being a fan is tough. Like if you already know all the things, all the storylines, all the characters, all the villains, I don't know any of them. Like it's a letdown, right? Like if you know that villain, Sentinel or whoever it is, it's a
Yeah.
letdown, right? Because they possibly can't make it as good as what the comic was. Anyway, I'd liked it.
Yeah, and I
Amazing.
gotta go see it. I mean, that's the long and short of it. I mean, and I plan on it. I plan on going to go see it.
Did you watch the Falcon and Winter Soldier series?
I did not.
Because there's a character that I had never seen before, and that was apparently from Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was like another Captain America.
Yes.
Like I didn't know anything
He,
about that.
Oh,
he's who they replace Captain America with to be Captain America. The government does.
Yeah, the government sponsored Captain America,
Goddamn government.
but I had no idea who he was. So if you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, you'll be more ready. And I guess, I didn't really remember too much of Black Widow, but I remembered enough. But anyway, I liked it.
Well, remember, I mean, they just and then they, yeah. I just the Marvel universe is like nothing like it was, and it's just because it's way too saturated
Yeah,
and
it can never achieve, Infinity War and all that stuff.
Well, even like um when the first like Spider-Man movie came out with Tobey Maguire, like I was like, holy cow, this is Spider-Man. I mean, it's like they didn't screw this up. Like, I mean, they had every possibility of like screwing this up, but they somehow didn't do it. So good on them.
I didn't really
I,
like the second one as much as other people, but
I didn't understand that either. I've always kind of despised oh, we need, it's like, oh, it's our evil superhero guy. And it's just kind of like, um, and you're like, okay. But then they're like, and he has to die. And they always kill him off. And I'm always like,
yeah, I don't know why they kill off so many people in that show, in those
it's just
shows.
like,
I mean, whatever. Everybody can come back with the multiverse and crap like that. Do you know my prediction for Doctor Doom is it's basically Tony Stark in the multiverse.
yeah.
ooh,
That's my prediction. Because how can it not be?
yeah, you never know.
You never know. That's
You
what I
never
would.
know.
But here's like we've shown that we cannot predict the future of movies. We had like 30 plots for Star Wars, the Last Jedi or whatever. None of
Well,
us were correct.
mine were more
Not a
right than
single
anybody
person. Not
else's.
what's that?
Mine were more right than anybody else's.
I you should go back and watch that episode. I don't think any of us were. We had way more interesting plot turns than that movie actually had in its final form.
Um, I think that with that, I was like, um, that last Spider-Man movie that had um that did um the multiple Spider-Mans. I really liked that. That movie was really
Oh,
good.
that was so great. It was so good.
Yeah, Tom Holland is my favorite of the Spider-Mans. I actually felt that it got um, the the feel of the character more correct than the others.
I agree.
Like I was fine with Tobey Maguire, I was fine with Andy
Yeah,
Garfield,
I
but
was
I
fine
was
with
like,
all of them, but yeah,
but
Tom Holland is really
yeah,
the one.
And there were multiple
Is he done with
moments.
that now? Is that over? Like, is that?
no, there's another one in the works. So
There were multiple moments in that movie that were just super good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like when he's like he just looks at me and goes, I didn't save mine. It was like that line. It was just like, oh, that like just cut my heart. I was like, oh my gosh, just yeah. I mean, and
Spoiler.
also the fact that don't just stop, just wallow in the fact that you screwed up, and then and don't try to
No, I did
equate it
not
out.
because Andy
So
cleared my name.
whatever. Anyway, so then the other thing is that I loved the fact that they had like the Doc Ock. They had Alfred Molina come back as being Doc
Yeah,
Ock,
and
and
he
I
was
was
so
just
good.
like, and he was
I mean,
because he was so good as that character.
William Dafoe also so
Well,
good.
yeah, and
uh,
I mean,
also,
they had everybody. It was
and J. Jonah
it
Jameson,
yeah.
it
the
delivered.
best. I still like. There are very few Marvel characters that I think are better cast than what's his face as J. Jonah Jameson, right?
Yeah.
Like there, it I think because like you're like, oh, Tom Holland did the best of the Spider-Mans, but I could also see somebody else doing a really great Spider-Man and me being like, oh, that was great. And I can't imagine anybody being J. Jonah Jameson and me being like, oh, that was an acceptable J. Jonah Jameson compared to uh um guy whose name I'm breaking on J.K. Simmons.
Yeah. I
Uh,
just I loved, have you seen pictures of him? How jacked he is?
yeah,
Like
I've seen the working out picture. Yeah.
yeah, just like he's just completely ripped up. No, I thought that the only person I trust is my barber. And they actually had him pull off the
The Justice League thing.
oh yeah. But no, they actually had him pull off the Hitler mustache, which was like, wow, just they went with it, and they went for it, and they got it.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah. uh,
Have you guys seen Whiplash?
yes.
It's a drummer movie.
Yep.
Very good. Jake.
That very, very good. And he plays a horrible
really
human being.
Yeah.
But it is, yeah. Yeah, no, he's good, and he's good in it. Yeah, I just that was just yeah, that No Way Home was just a fantastic movie. And
Yeah.
and that was like one of those things where that was really, really good. And um and it was like one of those things where it's like you did this, and then like you can still make a really, really good Marvel movie. Like that was like, and I know it sounds stupid, but it's just like there's so many of them that are like, it just seems like that we end up um making these Marvel movies, and we're trying so hard to like like them to like break the wheel. But like here they just took this idea, and they took an idea that had like a bunch of different people in it, right? I mean, they had everybody like coming back and doing their, reprising old roles and stuff like that. It was all over the place. It was a multiverse type thing, but it was still good. Like, which made me like say that's amazing. I mean, and it can be done. And it just seems like we just lose our minds now, and just like try to just jam too much stuff into those movies. That last thing with the Red Hulk was horrible. I mean, we watched it on streaming, me and my son, and I was like, what is going on? I was like, just like this, how did somebody decide to make this? Somebody had to like step in and say, wait a minute, time out, this isn't good. But I don't know. It's just, I mean, I was excited. I was like, all right, cool, Red Hulk. I want to see this. I was like, no, I don't. But I don't know. But as long as it's just it's one of those things where they're just trying to make money, and they gone are the days where it's like, well, if it's a Marvel movie or whatever, it'll just make a bunch. But anyway, I'm not saying anything anybody hasn't said 1,000 times over.
I'm glad that
Speaking of which, have you seen the trailer
Anyway.
for Ironheart?
I have.
That looks horrendous.
I was okay with that. That didn't bother me. Like
I've never even heard of it. What's Ironheart?
which is not to say that it might be horrible, but I was okay with the trailer for it.
Oh no, it's like it. So it's my problem with the
Everything.
the Silver Surfer um in the Fantastic Four trailer. It's such bad acting. Like it's if you go watch the trailer, watch it again. It's horrendous acting.
Okay.
I can't see it getting any better.
Who is Ironheart?
Yeah, what's
Ironheart
Ironheart?
Ironheart is she's the new Iron Man, sort of. She was actually made an appearance in the Wakanda Forever movie. She's the girl from MIT. I think it's
Yeah,
MIT she
I've
goes
never
to.
heard her now.
Yes. But she's got her own Disney Plus series coming. And it looks so bad, which means it's probably going to end up being really good. But yeah, the fact that, again, people are like, oh, why do they use the regular Silver Surfer? And I'm like, I have no problem with it. My problem is that she shows up and then she's like, your planet's going to die. Like she should be trying to make fetch happen.
Wait, it's gonna die.
Your
Uh,
planet has been marked for death.
well, Anthony, 10 years ago, I said Ironheart.
Nobody listened.
Nobody listened.
I feel vindicated.
Nobody listened to me.
I'm glad that they said that they're gonna not try and tie the shows with the movies as heavily, because I felt like that was one of their mistakes with the um most recent batch of stuff, was that if you hadn't watched shows, there was and you went and watched a movie, you'd be like missing out on big chunks of things. Like if you went and watched Captain Marvel without having watched Miss Marvel, uh you would probably not have a great time. Um and I think that's true for a big chunk of the stuff in between Infinity War and now
Well,
is that they
here's
tie
here's
the
the
two
thing
together.
about it. Here's the thing about it that they did right with um Daredevil Born Again. So Kamala Khan's father is in an episode of it.
Oh yeah?
And he talks about his daughter, but if you don't know who Miss Marvel is or anything, you think it's just an Indian father bragging about his daughter. He does mention who she is in it, but like it's not like he's in the episode. He's part of the story, but it's not like if you didn't know who she was, it doesn't get lost on you. Like it's done very well the way it's done, and that's the way
Yeah.
they should do it. It should be like it's like every time like a movie comes out or a trailer, and then some guy puts out an hour long video of all the Easter eggs. There's 400 Easter eggs in this 30-second trailer. Let me show them to you.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in the new Superman.
You see over here how it's blue? This could be when that one episode of the Green Lantern when he turned blue for 3 panels. That's probably what it is.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Hello,
Matt.
Matthew.
Hi, folks.
All right, Matthew's here. We're going to dive right into initials.
Good job on your presentation there, Matt.
Oh, thanks.
What was the inspiration for that to happen? You just wanted to get on.
I don't know. I um just with a whole bunch of with everything going on, just trying to get out there and do stuff and you know, stay relevant. Also, it was a good way to kick off the t-shirt campaign.
Oh, okay.
I said we're going to dive into initials.
Did it actually start, Matt? Because I got to order one.
You can go to becreative.events and grab yours today.
Okay, I'll do that as soon as we're done.
4
I said-
designs, the OG design plus 3 new ones. There's a
I want
hoodie
I want the
available.
OG.
What's that?
I want the OG.
Yeah, it's there. Actually, the OG has a back to it now.
The initials are H.
Ah.
H. Here we go. Item number one, clue number one. Derek Zoolander wore a blue one.
Was it in relation to that Green Lantern comic with 3 panels? He turned blue.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Clue number two. Emmett Brakowski had a red one. Clue number three. Can be connected to Mr. Potato Head. Clue number four. Featured
Yeah.
heavily. Anthony, go.
Hard hat.
Hard hat is correct. Well
I was
done.
trying to do headband.
Well
I was,
done.
trying, I was trying to remember who Emmett Brakowski was, and then it came to me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Who is it?
The guy from Lego movie.
Oh,
Oh, Emmett, sure.
everything is awesome.
Everything is. That first movie was just golden.
I sang that fucking song. I watched it on the airplane and I sang that song for like weeks after.
Just laugh out loud funny the entire
Totally.
time. Perfect movie to take kids to, because kids get the stuff and there's like enough stuff in there for adults that is just hilarious. So, all right, here we go. Number one. This is connected to New York.
New York City.
Most people agree this debuted in the 1970s. Number 3. This is connected to 2005's Hustle and Flow.
Matt,
Go for it.
hip hop.
Hip hop is correct. Well done, Matthew. You're on the board.
Oh, Aldi, did you like my little the way I captured my video
Yeah,
camera?
you were in the magic card.
It was-
Clever. It was really good.
Yeah, thanks.
Good production.
Evan, the initials are HH. We are only 2 in, so you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Item number
Good
3, clue number 1. The modern version of this debuted in the 1950s.
Aldi.
Go for it.
Hula hoop.
Hula hoop is correct.
Dang.
Wow. I'm glad
Boom.
I'm glad I spent 5, 6, 7 minutes researching hula hoops. Yeah,
I guess the
cheers.
1950s was the trigger. You can say that more clues if you want.
No, that's fine. Number 4. Well, hula hoop would be appeared in the Hudsucker proxy, but that probably would give it away.
Yeah.
Connections to fitness. Anyway, we'll move on. Theodore wanted one for Christmas. I still want a hula hoop. Item number 4, clue number 1. Connected to Val Kilmer in True Romance. Released in 1956. Connected to Billy Joel in
Aldi.
19. Go ahead.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Heartbreak Hotel is
Yeah.
correct. Sitting down there in Lonely Street. Heartbreak
Since
Hotel.
my baby left me.
Number 1. This is connected to marketing. Number 2. This is connected to socializing.
Andy,
Go for it, Andrew.
happy hour.
Happy hour. Well
Wow.
done. Andy's on the board. If somebody else had gotten that, Andy, I was gonna bust out my classic. Andy, does your microphone work? I was gonna, but there you are. You know, just ruining my fun, as always. Like when you basically threw that designer to me after he drove you crazy. Thanks for that, by the way. I still owe you. I still owe you that. Someday to get you back on that one. Anyway, clear one. This is connected to the number 31. Clue number 2. This is connected to Charles Curtis. Clue number 3. A song with his name in the title was cut from the 1982 movie Annie. Clue number 4.
Anthony,
Go for it.
Herbert Hoover.
Yeah, you even got him for my favorite next clue. Yeah, it's like
Mentioned in All in the Family thing.
yes, it was an All in the Family. Archie and Edith Bunker mentioned him during every episode.
Really?
We could use a man like Herbert Hoover again.
I was talking to someone, I would have answered sooner.
Fair enough.
Give us a chance.
Number 1. It's connected to Bruno Mars. Number 2. Connected to Magnum PI, one of the greatest shows to ever be on television. Number 3. Connected to a 2001 Ben Affleck and Kate Beckinsale movie.
Matt.
Matthew
Honolulu, Hawaii.
is correct.
So
Dun, dun,
I
dun,
had the
dun,
Hawaii
dun.
part in my head. I was like something Hawaii, but for some reason I couldn't get the Honolulu part.
Yeah, no.
Well, good on you, Andy, for getting the happy hour because it's not like a hard H sound. It was like,
No.
that didn't really come to mind. The new series was pretty good too. The new Men in PI wasn't bad.
No,
either.
it wasn't. I tried to watch it. I was like,
I
yeah,
liked
no.
it. I liked
Well,
it.
that's fine. You're the one.
I didn't see either one.
I'm the one.
You're the one. All right. Clue number 1. This features supervision. Clue number 2. This features adjusting. Clue number 3. This
Aldi.
features. Go for it.
Horizontal hold. Oh,
Good. That's what I was going to guess.
oh, dang.
Clue number 3.
We're on the same wavelength, I guess.
This features patience. I like using words like that because you don't know if what I mean because I'm not giving you the spelling. Clue number 4. Often connected to drug addiction.
Anthony,
Go for it.
halfway house.
Halfway House
Hmm.
is correct. Well done, Anthony. Bounce down, 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 down. Clue number 1. Featured in 1999's Muppets from Space. Clue number 2. Connected to the colors black, white, red, and yellow. Number 3. Once fought Rocky.
Aldi.
Go for it.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Yes. He appeared in. So interesting factoid, and let it be known that Hulk Hogan is a piece of crap. But let it be known, well, and he was a very charming individual when I met him. So because I was I was a wrestling fan and I had white skin. But anyway, no, when he got offered the role to play Thunderlips, he asked for the time off to go be in the movie with Rocky, and Vince McMahon told him no, and so he said, okay, then I quit, and so because he wanted to do the movie because he wanted to be in movies, and then he also knew that he would just hire him back almost immediately because he knew he needed him.
Because he was Hulk Hogan.
But yeah, I mean, he was what sold tickets for people to show up. He just basically said, "Hey, can I have a couple weeks off to go do this movie?" And he said no. He said, "Okay, then I quit." Clue 1 was often buried.
Aldi.
Go for it.
Harry Houdini.
Wow. Wow,
was
again,
quick.
I'm glad I spent a good 5-10 minutes.
Was
Yeah.
Paul Michael Glazier one of your clues?
No.
Oh, then forget it.
Did you know that he died on Halloween?
No.
Allegedly.
That clue would have stumped me more than the buried one.
Well, I
I
mean,
would have had to wait.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I gotta think. I gotta do better with these clues. I'm giving stuff. I'm giving way too many gimmies right at the way at the beginning. All right, all these in the lead with 4. Hey, we have perfect 4, 3, 2, 1. Anthony 3, Matt 2, Andy 1. Number 1. Featured in 2000's What Lies Beneath. Number 2. This can be seen in 1988's Beetlejuice.
Matt,
Go for it.
Hollywood Hills.
Ah.
I knew Evan was going to write that one down.
Number 3. This was
Anthony,
Go for it.
Haunted House.
Haunted House is correct. Again, I've got to come up with tougher clues. You guys are getting these
Was
way.
What Lies Beneath a haunted
Those
house?
were pretty telling clues now that I think about the answer.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever saw What Lies Beneath?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not going to give away
Michelle
spoilers
Pfeiffer?
because it's definitely worth watching.
Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah,
That was a haunted house movie.
it was.
Don't remember it being a haunted house, but okay.
You had spooky movie I just recently watched and was actually on here as well. Stir of Echoes. That is
Kevin Bacon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
that is a fun little horror movie with some creepy goings-ons. Number 1. No one knows for sure when these appeared, but they have been around for centuries.
Oh, what the fuck are they called?
Number 2. Connected to Steve Carell's 2018 film Welcome to Marwen. Yeah, you remember that. You're Welcome to Marwen? Yeah. Number 3. Mentioned in Lana Del Rey's Summertime Sadness.
Oh, hold on.
Number 4. Commonly connected to pinup girls.
Evan.
Evan.
Hugh Hefner.
And number 5. These are often seen on a runway.
Oh.
Oh, Andy.
Andrew.
High heels.
High heels is correct. Well done.
That's a very interesting movie, by the way.
Welcome to
Which movie?
Marwen.
The Steve Carell movie, yes. They're all dolls, like Barbie dolls.
So Andy has 2, Matt has 2, Aldi has 4, Anthony has 4. There are 2 left. Correct. Right now, it's anybody's game.
It's not true.
As far. So here we go.
No.
Clue number 1. Most often seen near an animal. Number 2. Connected to a famous Washington. Number 3. Connected to Ray Park.
Oh, shit.
Number 4. Connected to Bing Crosby.
Evan.
Go for it.
Herbie Hancock.
And Evan, you've just lost.
Yeah.
Number 5. Avoids bridges. Final clue. Once chased Ichabod Crane.
Andy.
Anthony.
Oh.
Andy was first.
Headless Horseman.
Headless Horseman is correct. So with Andy getting that, Andy, if you get the last one, you tie for the win. If Anthony gets it, he wins. If Aldi gets it, he wins. If Matthew gets it or Evan gets it, you basically make a tie win between Aldi and Anthony.
Yeah,
Tywin
that guy.
Lannister.
What?
Tywin Lannister.
Yeah, him too. All right, clue number 1. Was nominated but did not win the worst supporting actor at the 30th Golden Raspberry Awards.
Anthony.
Go for it, Anthony.
Howard Hessman.
Anthony, you gotta hope. You gotta hope.
I was fine. I was just hanging on to that one, thinking you would throw him in.
You gotta hope. Number 2. Commonly is known by a nickname. Number 3. Died in 2017.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner is correct. Aldi, you take the solo win.
Have
I
to
gotta
give that
say,
to-
I was kind of hoping for a Harry Hamlin in there somewhere.
have to was it that was an Evan clue, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was me.
I haven't guessed it. I
You're
was like,
welcome.
Did you?
oh.
Should have went
Yeah.
out on the off the.
Oh,
The
I
first-
didn't know that.
I was thinking about it on that first one.
I was waiting for Horatio Hornblower.
Yeah. Keep waiting.
My wife on the back of her car has a what would Horatio Hornblower do sticker.
Who is that?
It's a sea captain in a series of books, an older series of books. He like works his way up through the ranks. kind of.
WWHHD.
Yeah, except that it says what would Horatio Hornblower do, and it has a picture of a boat on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's not real.
He's not real.
He's
Fictional
real to me,
character.
damn it.
Don't ask him
Fictional
what he thinks
characters.
about you.
So I know who he is because was played by the same actor who played Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four movie.
Johan Griffith.
I like him.
Same.
I have a
actor.
grievance.
Lay it on us.
So, I guess a year ago, I signed up for Joggo when I was getting back into running. And then my knees kind of said, no, you're not going to get back into running.
Mhm.
And I guess I'd forgotten about this thing, Joggo, this app. And 2 days ago, I got a notification. Thank you for your subscription, your annual subscription to Joggo for
Yep.
$66 American.
Yep.
Like, that's like $100 Canadian. So I'm like, so 15 minutes after I get this email, I message the support line and I say, hi, I didn't realize I still had this app as a subscription. I literally just got this email for subscribing again for the annual subscription. I just canceled my account. Can you possibly refund my subscription? Oh, thank you so much for your email. Unfortunately, we are pleased to offer you a 25% refund. We don't usually do refunds at all, but here's a 25%. I'm not going to use your app for the next year that was already paid for. So, and I've canceled my account, so I'm not going to use that. And they're like, well, we really can't. I'm surprised that you're doing this, I said. And they replied with, we tell you what, we're pleased to give you a 50% refund
Please.
to your. I'm like, are you kidding me? And the thing that bothers me is like no goods were transferred, no hard goods, no
Yeah.
Right.
loss of service, no loss of anything. And it's like, You jackasses. And that
Yeah.
just that shit pisses me off.
If
Yep.
if they were like, we're keeping the 75-cent transaction fee,
Sure.
that would be one thing. But yeah, 50% is just
Yeah.
And they're like, so I said to him, I said, my final email was, so you're telling me that I have two choices, nothing or 50% back? They said yes. I'm like, yeah, give me the 50% back. And then they sent me another email saying, can you please confirm that you want the 50? I'm like, motherfucker, I just did.
you should test it with your credit card. Just
Yeah.
say fraudulent charge.
No, I don't want to get into that because then my company will stop. My credit card company is going to stop believing me. I just did a fraudulent charge not too long ago. My credit card number was stolen, and somebody,
Oh, geez.
in addition to a bunch of Uber rides, somebody commissioned a seaplane taxi there's a whole bunch of islands off of BC, and somebody commissioned a seaplane to one of the islands for $350.
Oh, that was your credit card? Yeah, we had a great time. In college, I had a rock climbing gym do the same thing. Or like, I went for like 3 months and then never went back. And then all of a sudden I saw this like $350 charge on my card. I'm like, the year later. And I called the guy. He's like, nope, sorry. You didn't submit the cancellation request.
You probably
form."
could dispute that, Matt.
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
probably could, but
Yeah, because you're not.
Almost all
you're not-
dispute credit card.
Wolves win. The dream of five stayed alive. I don't know. I gotta let go of that dog in. Anyway.
yeah, I could. And then so Giselle's wants to cancel her Planet Fitness account, and apparently this is like very, very difficult to do.
Yeah, notoriously.
Oh,
have to,
it's the
go
worst.
in person, and
Gotta escalate.
you have
It's
to
the
fight a
worst.
bear.
What's that?
You have to fight a bear.
Yeah.
Let me let you speak with our cancellation specialist.
Yeah.
That
So
was like me canceling my Dallas Morning News subscription. Took like a half an hour.
You had to fax them something to
No,
cancel.
I had to
it.
call them. Like it's an
Well,
app.
Apparently, you have to go into the Planet Fitness, like
Yep.
physically,
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
you gotta sit down with somebody.
because
You could
there's
also
no
just-
way to cancel it online.
Probably could just call your credit card company and say, "Hey, I need to cancel this Planet Fitness charge." Just
But then
stop
you
it,
still owe them. Then Planet Fitness says you still owe them.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's the way it is with most gyms. Most gyms make it really hard to cancel. The only time that we had a gym membership that we canceled like 9 months into the pandemic, and they were like, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll cancel, like on the phone. Because
Yeah.
everybody and their mom was canceling gym membership right then, right? So
I mean, that's kind of why I'm happy to have my.
You know what you could also do, Matt? This is super not. I would not suggest to do this, but you could have Giselle call and say you died. That gets things done. By the way, I've been through this because my mom died back in 2020. Things get canceled very quickly when you say someone died. You don't have to go through any of the bullshit. Not saying to do that. I don't think it's. I'm not. I'm
Not
just the
saying to
thing.
do that.
Just the thing. Like it's possible. I mean, they're wasting your time. Here's what I do. The last time I got on the call, I was like, please don't waste my time and your time. I'm not going to do anything. And all I have to do is just keep repeating that. And finally you get through eventually.
Oh, so can I be cryptic for a second?
Oh yeah.
I told maybe a couple of you about this TCG that we were working on a test for. Maybe. So there's this rather large company that is doing a new TCG, and they asked us if we were interested in doing it, and I said, yeah, great, that'd be fantastic. So I got the estimate together. I was about to send it out. They're like, actually, we're gonna get you to do a 12 card test for art direction and framework and all that stuff. I'm like, great, no problem. So we did it. It was a really niche genre for this TCG, and I got the art director. This is mostly an art direction job. I got the art director that we worked with on Daggerheart to work with on this, And we met with them the other day, and they're like, okay, so it's pretty much unanimous that you guys fucking rocked it. And yeah, it was amazing. And we were said, and they said, well, we'd like to talk to you about now going through and doing this full schedule, which is 3 seasons a year, 200 to 300 cards a season.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's amazing, dude.
yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. And this thing has the potential to be fucking huge. And I'm sorry for being vague. I'm sorry for vague booking, but I was just really happy about that.
Well, I'm sure we'll hear about it eventually.
Yes, yes. I can't imagine it's going to be under wraps for too long. So, and hold on, let me go upstairs. I'll be right back. Something came in the mail that I got to share.
All right. I will let you make it back and sell you my grievance.
I also have a grievance.
Hey. Everybody started grieving. I have a good uns. My little trick taking game finally arrived from the old Kickstarter. So that's cool.
What was it?
It was like this little.
Oh yeah, the
compilation.
one where you design one of the trick taking.
Yeah. The little
What's it called?
compilation box.
Oh yeah,
Bahama.
cool.
And yeah, she was like, and she has like 12 other games using the same deck of cards. And I was like, you don't have a trick taker yet? I'll do that.
Very cool.
So it's cool to see the final thing.
So
When's your,
what's the nuance of the trick taking?
What's the nuance?
Yes.
It's super freaking weird, man, actually. It's like it's got a little bit of spades, a little bit of hearts, and the deck is like the 12 Days of Christmas kind of deck, like 12 12s, kind of like Flip 7 too. 12 12s, 11 11s, down to 1 1, yada yada. And you start with 12 cards, and you put 1 card in the mailbox and 1 card in the trick. And there's only 1 suit, so highest card takes it. And then whoever wins it becomes the mailman and can deliver the mail. And you can take all the mail or give it out one at a time, and you basically make a set, like whoever has them at the end of the hand, whoever has the most 12s gets 1 piece of coal, most 11s gets 1 piece of coal. But at the start of the hand, you bid like spades for how many pieces of coal you're going to get. And if you nail it, you give it to everybody else, and points are bad. Yeah, basically it.
Is that a filter, Andy, or is that actually a
Is that
mask?
Toxic Avenger? No.
Yeah, it's a mask.
Oh, cool.
Drippy pizza mask.
Yeah.
Oh, neat. Is that a trick or treat mask?
Is
Very nice.
Pizza
Very-
Fiend.
Very cool.
I love it.
So
So
you guys make some crazy masks, right?
Yeah, that is the core of the business.
really,
Yeah, the games department is 4 people. The company is 50 people, right?
oh wow.
So.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So this came in the mail the other day.
Oh
We
wow,
did.
look at that.
You did all that, right?
We did all this, yeah. And I can't show a lot of the interior, but
You
it
flip it.
launches next week, but I could show the cover because it's been published already.
Sweet.
And I was just like, look at the size of this thing. It's like, it's huge. It's 300 and how many? 65 pages.
That's a source
66
book right
pages. I cried a little bit when I opened this.
there. How many hours of work did you put into that? That's what I wanna know.
693.
Wow. Yeah.
Somebody asked me that the other day. I'm like,
Yeah.
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 And then there's also it's probably going to be all the cards and everything too, and a clamshell
Yeah.
clamshell
That's
case.
dope.
So super
That's
jazz.
dope.
And this is
That
just the
crowdfunded?
core.
Oh yeah.
This is just the core. This is not the deluxe. The limited edition is so nice.
Jeff's kiss.
Chef's kiss is right.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to GM this too. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
So Andy, do you do stuff apart from the games there too then?
No, I'm the project manager for the games division.
Okay.
Well, so I said I handled the production management for like House of a Thousand Corpses coloring book that we did. But broadly speaking, no, there's separate people for masks and action figures um and like the Mogwai props and things like that. So
Cool.
yeah, like I'm games,
Excellent.
and we're a little more siloed than the other things, the other groups, because
Oh, are you?
yeah, well, just because um like it all started with masks, and then they started branching out, and so it was like while they would pick up people with particular skills, a lot of times it was the same people handling sculpting or whatever, right? Like
Oh, sure.
if you're making a mask or a 12-inch action figure, well, that requires a sculptor in both cases, and so similar people are handling that, whereas
Yeah.
games department is like that. Those skills, sure, they could translate for getting arranging miniatures, sculpting and stuff like that, but broadly speaking, it is a very different skill set from the majority of what the company does.
Do you know if most of your sculptors and the people that do the masks and shit and stuff like that are digital or physical sculptors?
I don't know off the top of my head. I could figure it out by looking at internal correspondence stuff, but I don't know off the top of my head.
I'm just curious because you get people like you guys know Brian Collin? He has that Vast Grim company that does like these amazing sculptures of monsters and stuff. He's all super like he has like these you can get those like elk head busts, but it's like a gorgon. It's not a it's not an elk head like, coming off your wall of your trophy mounted trophies on the wall and stuff like that. But they're like dragons and other things, and he's like a very physical sculptor. But I'm always curious about that.
Um, I know that one of the sculptures we used from reference from the non-games department, for we used them for minis, does digital. He can also do physical, like he has done
Yeah.
physical, but what he did for us was digital.
There's a company I follow called Tom Spina Designs, and they restore movie props. And the stuff that they pull off, like they show it looked like this when it came to us, and now it looks like this, and you're like, it's literally like there was remnants of a prop when it got to them, and then there's this full like, yeah, I bet you I just saw that in the cantina scene in Star Wars or something. It's just I would highly recommend to follow this guy. He's just it's eye candy when he reposts stuff. It's super awesome. That's cool.
uh, Justin Mabry, who's our the creative lead on the it's basically the Justin and Chris were the people who started the company. Like Chris owns it, but Justin is
Yeah.
as effectively that he I'm just looking through his Instagram right now, and it looks like all physical stuff.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, from my perspective, like managing a sculptor who's working in digital is easier because they can, if we need to make changes, it's faster, and it doesn't require us like mailing something to a different country and being like, did you get the small fragile box of things?
Yeah.
And stuff, and especially for licensed IP stuff, because we have to be like, here's the sculpt, and they'll be like, oh well, the that character had 6 buttons on the front of their shirt, and we're like, it's a miniature, it's 2 inches tall.
Six buttons.
Yeah, and that's a
There were 6
legitimate,
buttons.
like, six isn't the exact number that was the problem, but yes, buttons was a problem. So things like that. So working in digital is a
Yeah.
big boon when they're making just irrational demands.
Well, I also I think the scale that you guys are working on versus like a mask or something.
Yeah. Yes.
Completely, it would not be feasible to be a physical sculptor for minis and things like that. And
It's much harder for sure.
yeah, cool. Oh.
And nobody's coming to BGGCon next week, are they?
No,
Evan?
sorry.
November.
I know.
I'm so
I'm not
Just-
even waiting. I'm not even waiting for the
myself.
car this year.
No car this year? Yeah.
Nope. No, screw that.
Car's not
Car's
coming.
tank is empty.
I would like to say
Fool
yes.
me once, shame on me. Fool me 27 times.
This is the
Waited
10th.
on-
This is the 10th anniversary of spring. And this year is the 20th anniversary of the fall.
Wow,
Time flies, man.
it's amazing.
20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a stretch where I was hitting all of the fall ones. I mean, and it's unfair because that's, I lived in Texas for a long time, but
Oh,
yeah,
did you just drive in?
yeah. My family lives in Fort Worth, so yeah, we
Well, that's pretty close.
I was doing that, and then even when I was working with Tasty Minstrel, we would have a booth, and my family was there, so I could stay with my family and work.
Oh,
the
so you just
booth.
commuted back and forth? Oh, yeah, because if it was the airport, right? So you could
Yeah.
space lane in between.
Yeah, very very, very easy, and then the pandemic hit, and that
Broke your streak.
broke my streak.
Happened to a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even think
So-
we're completely back to normal yet.
So I did prepare because I was gone for a couple of weeks and I felt bad that I wasn't here. So I did prepare some initials. We could do it now if you guys want, or I could just save them for another week that we need them. But
I'm down.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Lance, what do you think?
Lance, come back.
He's frozen.
Yeah,
isn't
I'm
he?
right
sure.
here.
Okay.
Back,
You're
I'm not sure if
frozen.
he's with us.
So smart.
What do you think, Lance? Should we do some more initials?
What are you nannering on about?
I prepared some initials if you're down for another set.
I don't like playing because I win so much that all you guys cry, but I'll have
You win when I do it because apparently we have the same brain,
Guys,
according to
will-
Waldy.
exact growth.
Hey Forrest,
Hello.
the dream of 5, staying alive. Western Conference Finals, baby. Here we go.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah, I'm
you-
excited for you.
Oh, you won?
Well, I didn't win, but the team that I follow and that I cheer for.
That means you won.
Well, I mean,
It's a we thing.
I don't know what I would do if a team that I followed actually made the NBA Finals. It would just be so weird.
This is the year to do it with Boston about to be out. Like you're live, man. Like I think, and here's the thing. I think Julius Randle's going to win the NBA Finals MVP. I think he's going to be such a second banana. Well, actually, if they get past OKC, well, let me clarify that. I think OKC.
Yeah, we got to get by
shit out of them.
OKC. I mean,
I think they're going to blow you away. But if they don't, I think Julius Randle's going to be the key. Man, he was so good. Yeah, Evans initials.
Good.
yeah, let's do Evan's
All right.
initials.
Okay, CP.
Child protective.
Hey, don't say it out loud.
Damn it, Daryl! Don't spill my water.
What?
I don't know. Somebody's knocking
I
something
don't know.
over. Should I wait for him to come back? He's gone. He's gone forever.
He's
That was
yelling at his
weird.
cat. He's yelling at his cat, Daryl, for spilling his water.
Here we go. Okay. Item number one. Clue number one. Originated January in 69 BC.
January, huh?
January 69 BC.
There was a January in 69 BC?
Hey man, they had all the months back then.
It was not a leap year.
Named after Janus. Okay. Their son was considered king of kings.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Cleopatra Philopatar, is that the last name?
That is correct.
Oh my god.
You're the only one that would know that.
What are the initials?
Lopatar.
Like Cleopatra had a last name?
I'm out.
What are the initials?
CP.
CP.
Cleopatra Philopater, which means love of father in Latin classic. Related to Macedonia, related to many Ptolemies.
Yeah, we don't need the biography. Let's just
All
move
right.
What was the gimme?
Gimme was known as the last queen of ancient Egypt.
No. I'm pretty sure the gimme needed to be have
Nobody would have gotten her last name.
Yeah,
last name.
Philopatar in it.
I
Yeah.
watched something the other day about her.
No,
That's
it
why I
rhymes
even
with
had that clue.
Yeah, the last
Rhymes with
name
Philopatar.
rhymes with Philopatar. Or no, just the last name is Philopatar. Evan, you are horrible at this. I'm just
You
gonna
ready
say
for that
that
one?
to start off with.
Perfect. I love it.
Don't criticize.
I will criticize.
I don't have as
I
much
will happily
experience.
criticize.
I'm working on it. Okay, ready. Item number two. Clue number one. Related to law. Clue number two. One disadvantage is any owner can sell fractional interest.
Force.
Forest.
Bitcoin.
Nope. The letters are CP.
CP. Yep. There you go.
What the hell? Where do you Yeah.
I walked
okay.
away because my dog spilled the water. That's my bad.
Clue number three. Often includes tennis courts, fitness centers, and playgrounds. Clue number four. Related to tenancy terminology. Clue number five.
I know what the P is. I can't think what the C.
Yeah, I've got the P also, but
May
I know what the C is.
include-
I don't know what the P is.
May include water, oil, and national parks. Clue number
Anthony.
six. Anthony.
Communal property.
I think that's close enough. Common property. I think that's
They're
close enough.
horrible,
This
just
is
so you know.
similar.
If I puked into a fountain pen and mailed it to a monkey house, I would be getting better results.
'Cause they
Anthony's
might
not having
actually-
issues.
And I'm working.
All right, here we go. Item number three. Clue number one. Originated April 5th, 1937. Clue number two. His second tour of duty was Vietnam.
Lance.
Lance.
Colin Powell? Colin Powell,
Colin
whatever.
Powell.
He's the only
Correct.
military guy I knew.
Sure, Lance.
the only one at all.
Item number four. Clue number one. Was used notably since ancient Egypt by about 1350 BC.
Not Colin Powell.
Aldi.
Capital punishment.
Oh no.
Ah, took a shot.
Ooh, that's a
Clue
good
number-
guess, though.
Yeah, that's good. Clue number two. Related to secrets or important messages. Clue number three. Often traveled 60 miles per hour and known to travel
Andy.
up to 100 miles per hour. Anthony.
No, Andy, not Anthony.
Oh, Andy, sorry.
Carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon.
60 miles an hour?
Miles an hour is their normal speed, but has been clocked up, or is their normal high speed, but has been clocked up to 100.
No.
Item number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clue number 1. Originated about 4,000 years ago.
Is the like the important part of that clue?
About 4,000 years ago. Clue number 2. Crudely implemented in the Great Pyramids. Clue number 3. Became dominant in the 1940s. Clue number 4. More environmentally friendly than the plastic version. Clue number 5. However, it's expensive, can corrode or burst.
Anthony,
Anthony.
copper pipe.
Copper pipe. That's correct. Item number 6. Oh, wow. Okay.
Is that the
Number
clue?
No. Published by Hasbro in 1994. Clue number 2. Related to marketing. Clue number 3. It is a game, a TV show, and a cultural phenomenon.
What was the year again?
94. Published by Hasbro in 1994.
You don't go back. If people can't remember, they don't get to ask questions.
Okay.
I thought it was something I was wanting to see the year matched up.
Clue number 4.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Characterized by repeated use.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Yeah, it's not right.
No. Okay.
I'm not going to give another winner clue because I know it's not right.
Number 5. Easily recognizable and remembered.
Matt,
Matt.
catchphrase.
Catchphrase is correct.
Is that 2 words?
That is 2 words. At least according to the internet, which, you know, who knows?
You check BGG.
Okay, item number 7. Clue number 1. Originated June 21st, 1979. Clue number 2. Was a waiter at Bubba Gump Shrimp Company at 19.
Matt.
Clue number 3. One of people's sexiest men alive.
Matt,
Matt.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt was at Forrest Gump.
No. He was a waiter at Bubba Gump's Shrimp
Oh,
Company.
the actual okay, the chain restaurant. That makes it's like Jesus. He does not crack.
Yeah, he played Bubba.
Yeah.
You don't remember him?
He's very diverse.
I didn't know if maybe he was like an extra or something, you know, just like a waiter or something in the background, like a little fun fact. That makes way more sense.
Item number 8. Originated in the early 1500s, supposedly. Supposedly first presented to Elizabeth I. Number 3. Often featured in movies, television, and literature. Clue number 4. Has become one symbol of American culture.
Well, that's not vague.
Clue number 5. It was once illegal to serve ice cream on this in Kansas. Clue number 6.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Cheese pizza.
No, sir.
11:42 p.m.
This is the 5th most popular of these in the United States and is a song title by Warrant.
Forrest.
Matt,
Plants.
Forrest.
Cherry pie.
Cherry pie. That was the gimme.
Cheese pizza.
Cool nigga wanna
Hey,
go
cheese
see
pizza was
sometime.
Nice.
Okay, number 9.
Dumb clue.
Number 9. Item number 9. Clue number 1. Originated in the 14th century. Number 2. These 2 words are often seen as one single compound word. Clue number 3. May be stuffed to appear larger. Clue number 4.
Matt,
Lance.
That
Godpiece.
odd piece.
I was gonna guess that. Damn it.
What's a cod piece?
It's a thing that you make your junk look bigger.
Not what it is.
It's a protective garment for the fly.
The piece of armor that goes over your junk.
Let's see. Item number, what are we at? 7, 8, 9, 10. Clue number 1. The name of a horse that sold for $510,000 in 1970. If you add ED to the end of the first word. There you go.
Oh,
Great clue.
Jesus.
Great clue.
A horrible clue.
Clue number 2. There are currently 31 of these worldwide.
Anthony,
Anthony,
Crown Prince.
Crown Prince.
Crowned prince. Ah,
If you added ed, is it crowned?
crowned. Yeah.
Crowned?
Yeah, the horse.
It was
Crown
Ed
Prince.
Crown Prince.
Oh gosh. 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 11. Clue number 1. Related to the KT boundary geological layer. Clue number 2. Saw the formation of significant petroleum reserves.
Matt,
Matt,
Cretaceous period.
Cretaceous period. Correct. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is number 12. I can't do that.
How many are there?
I don't know. I have a bad
37.
97.
Only 74 to go.
I have a back page as well. Let's see.
I like it.
Clue number 1. Reasonably insoluble in water and alcohol. Clue number 2. A white crystalline powder. Clue number 3. Often used as an emulsifier or anti-caking agent or a leavening agent. Clue number 4. Plays a vital role in muscle contraction, nerve conduction, and
Matt?
blood clotting. Matt.
Creatine powder.
No, sir.
Damn it.
Clue number 5. Provides strength and structure to bones and teeth.
Anthony,
Anthony.
potassium chloride.
No, sir.
It's CP, not PC.
Well, this is Evan. You've never played this his game before. But he does
Forest.
Andy?
In again?
Forest.
Chloride potassium.
No.
Andy? Andy?
Andy.
Calcium phosphate.
Calcium
Yep.
phosphate.
That's it.
Nah, he said CP, not CF.
Yeah, wrong.
I just about spit all over my monitor.
Item number 13. Originated in the Northeast United States in the 1950s. Relates to a diaspora.
Well, what?
Relates to a diaspora.
Oh, a diaspora.
It's when a group of. All right, anyway. Number 3.
So I was,
you can't use like more difficult explanations to just whatever. Moving on.
All right. A group of people moved places. Okay.
I was laughing because I knew that Lance was going to freak out. Like I was like, I know what you're saying, and I know, I'm like, I know Lance is going to freak out.
You know what? Screw you, Andy.
Clue
I
number
never
4.
liked you.
Inspired by eggplant.
Lance's favorite.
Odd piece.
Forest.
Forest.
Cock
Five.
picture.
No.
I'll just give it to him.
Clue number 4.
You know what? The cock pictures always create a lot of diasporas. Just
I don't know what word means.
Includes a signature legally protected topping.
I'm still getting cock picture.
Clue number 5 includes breading.
Still. Oh,
Clue
Aldi.
number 6. Aldi.
Chicken Parmesan.
Chicken Parmesan.
Good.
I associated the eggplant because you make chicken parmesan with eggplant.
Well, it was
Oh,
inspired
I
by
love
eggplant.
eggplant.
Parmesan. All right, number 14. Originated December 21st, 1913. Number 2, related to Arthur Wynne. The Arthur Wynne. Clue number 3. Originally diamond shaped.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Crossword puzzle.
Crossword
correct.
puzzle.
Really?
Mhm.
Diamond.
Damn. Look at that. Clue, item number 15. Clue number 1. Related to Chesapeake Bay in the early 1600s. Number- Chesapeake Bay.
just okay.
Oh, Forest is on twice. Clue number 2. Often used as a derogatory adjective. Clue number 3. Has its roots in Native American cooking. Clue number 4. Likely, the name comes from the Algonquin word apan, which means big.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Crockpot.
No.
Ooh.
Good guess.
Could you
Can I get that full clue, please?
Yes.
Since Anthony spoke over you.
Likely from
Anthony.
likely from the Algonquin word apan, which means baked. Clue number 5. Cornmeal became a popular ingredient substitution.
Matt,
Matt,
corn? No, fuck, damn it. Never mind.
that
I'm
is
out.
incorrect. Clue number 6. Often baked in a round cast iron skillet.
That's the givey?
I don't know. I'm sorry. This one didn't work out.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Cake pan.
No.
Forest.
Forest.
Chicken pot pie.
Andy?
Andy.
See, this is wrong because I think this is where somebody else was going. Corn pone.
Corn pone is correct.
Oh,
Oh,
for
okay.
fuck's sake. What is that?
A what?
Corn pone.
It's like
Oh,
cornbread.
don't you know
Yeah.
corn
It's
pone,
corn-
Lance?
It's cornbread.
Corn pone.
I'm such an idiot.
I've
You
never
know
heard that
what?
word before. I've learned so much.
I almost said corn pudding, but
Yeah, that's
it makes sense.
Item number 16.
Oh, corn pone. Oh.
You never heard of corn
Yeah, I was just making up a batch of corn pone the other day.
What's
I
corn
can't believe I
pone?
didn't think of that.
Item number 16. You animals. Clue number 1. Not usually progressive.
Lance,
Andy.
Lance.
Conservative Party.
No. And then was that Andy I heard?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, Andy.
You can back out.
You can back out
Back
after I
out.
guess.
Can
You
I back out?
okay.
I would like to back out if possible.
Clue number 2. Expression may vary from person to person. Clue number 3. This is a term for a group of more specific situations.
Horn pone.
Clue number 4. It can be a permanent injury or a developmental change. Clue number 5. It affects movement, balance, and posture.
Anthony,
Anthony,
cerebral palsy.
correct.
Ooh.
Correct. Number 17. Clue number 1. Colloquially related to prosperity and wealth. Number 2. In other regions, colloquially related to fertility, siblings, and fairies. Clue number 3. Related to
Slow down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You notice how
Item
I always
number
give a
3.
nice long like
I'm
pause?
sorry, I don't do this as often.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Related to Gucci Crew 2 in 1987. Clue number 4. Often contains larvae of the Lepidopterum. You like it. Clue number 5. The average Russian eats 44 pounds from this every year. Clue number 6. These kids were first produced by Coleco in 1982.
Andy,
Andy,
Cabbage Patch.
Cabbage Patch.
Coleco.
Coleco.
Coleco. Coleco.
I'm sorry.
Gucci Crew 2. I knew that. I just could not place that song.
This is number 18. I'm going to skip that one. You guys are giving too much crap.
Oh,
This
no,
is
no.
number
I
18.
want 18. I'm enjoying these. These are like hard mode. These are like when you're a kid trying to play Trivial Pursuit.
You
I
want
like
this
it.
one? Okay, all right.
Yeah, let's go.
I think Lance's frustration adds to the value.
Oh, 150%.
Oh no! And the thing is, that's the one of the things too, where it's like everybody just loves seeing me be upset for some reason. They just love it. They just love it. Like see me like. What the... All right.
Okay, number 18. Clue number 1. Originated in the first half of the 1900s by Edmund Leedskalnin. Clue number 2. Related to oolite limestone.
I hate you. So I know what my next D&D character name is. I am Oolite Limestone.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
Clue number 3. Related to reverse magnetism or the supernatural. Clue number 4. The second word is often replaced with castle. Clue number 5. Changed its name from Rockgate Park in 1953. Clue number 6. Numerous several ton
Aldi.
stones. Aldi.
Central Park.
No. Clue number 6. Numerous several ton stones sculpted into various shapes. Oh, never heard of it. All right, that's fine. It's the Coral Palace, also known as the Coral Castle.
Oh,
I I don't know what other people don't know. Number 19. It still goes. It keeps going.
Let's go.
Clue number 1.
You're funny when you're angry, Lance. That's why. Your sarcasm is hilarious.
Just fucking corn pone.
You asked a question. There's the answer.
Just
Clue
fucking
number
corn
1.
pone. Like,
Dates,
I didn't even know it was a thing. I mean, just
clue number 1. Dates back to ancient times. Clue number 2. Related to orthogonal organization. Popularized by Hippodamus of Miletus.
I'm going to slap you the next time I see you in person. And you're gonna be like, okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Clue number 3. Related to technologies like gas, water, and electricity.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Central plumbing.
No.
Ooh, that's good.
Clue number 4. That was a great guess, though. Related to sanitation and parks. Clue number 5. Emerged as a distinct profession in the late 19th and early 20th centuries.
Matt,
Matt.
community planner?
No.
I love games.
Lance.
Lance.
City planner.
City planner.
Fuck off.
That was close.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. Whatever.
Number 20.
Wow, this list is great. Love it.
Oh my gosh. I knew I would get so much shit from you guys. Okay. Clue number 20. Originated December 13th, 1929. Number 2 was a young writer in 1958. Clue number 3 was an elderly gay man in 2010.
Oh shit. What is his name?
Clue
I
number
saw
4.
that movie.
Though recorded, his voice was not originally used.
Anthony.
What? For
Anthony.
what?
Christopher Plummer.
Christopher
God damn it, that's the
Plummer.
guy's name. What is that clue? Though recorded, his voice wasn't originally used for
For the
what?
songs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was Canadian.
Well, I wasn't tying it. Never mind.
Was that part of your clue? He was Canadian?
No. Sorry
Come
about
on.
that.
Was there another Sound of Music?
Yeah. That was the one. Okay. Number 21. I went a little overboard.
It's all right.
Love it.
Clue number 1. Originated in 1858. Clue number 2. Designed by Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux.
Calvert Vaux.
Clue number 3. Became a National Historic Landmark in 1963.
Lance.
Lance.
Central Park.
Central Park.
Oh.
Thanks, Scott.
Well,
22. Clue number 1. More common
You.
in the U.S. South and Midwest.
Horn pone.
Corn pone.
Clue number 2. The Supreme Court ruled in 1977 that the Eighth Amendment did not apply to this.
The Eighth Amendment.
Is it corn pone?
Clue number 3. Currently allowed in 17 states. Clue number 4.
Aldi.
Lance.
Anthony.
I'll do first. I think.
Capital punishment. Corporal punishment.
Scott was ahead of me. Scott was in front of me, if you're wondering who it was. Scott was ahead of me.
Those are two different things.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Buzz me.
I need an arbiter.
Well,
Just give it to him.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's good enough. Corporal punishment. That's correct.
well, wait a
I'd
minute,
say
time
cap-
out, time out. Those,
I did say capital.
yeah,
And then you immediately corrected yourself.
Well, I mean, whatever. I shouldn't have said anything else.
What kind of loose ship are we running here?
yeah, no
That's gonna
shit.
be your-
What are we giving away free
Immediately
corn
corrected
Lucy-
code?
yourself. What am I, a clown to you? Okay. 20, what am I at? 18, 19, 21, 22. There's only 2 left.
Damn it.
So here we go.
Will 3 get me the win?
Definitely. Clue
We're all
number 1.
winners here.
Originated,
We're all something.
originated September 15, 1990.
Say it again.
Originated September 15th, 1990.
Good.
Clue number 2 was originally to be voiced by Tom Cruise. Clue number 3. Related to 5 magic rings.
Force.
Forest.
Oh shit, Captain Planet.
Captain Planet is
Tom
correct.
Cruise? No way.
Yeah, he recorded like 6 episodes or something before he like quit for whatever reason.
Is that media available?
Okay, final one. This is whatever it is, number 23 or something, 24. Clue number 1. Originated at least 45,000 years ago. Clue number 2. The purpose is still debated. Clue number 3. Related to figures, symbols, and abstract designs. Clue number 4. It is known as a form of parietal art.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Cave painting.
Cave
Ooh.
painting.
Nice.
Bam lamb. We did it. We made it through.
Made it.
Thanks, Evan.
Good game.
Yeah, good game.
And I wasn't keeping score, but I think Aldi won.
Anthony
Anthony
won.
Anthony won.
Anthony won.
On that
But
note,
I've been saying for 10 years.
good night, everybody. I'm going to bed.
Good night, Matthew.
All right.
For sticking around.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'm probably
Congratulations on a job done.
I'm gonna head out too.
Good job,
See
Evan.
what I did?
Andy, you're welcome back anytime.
Thanks.
Good night.
Night, y'all.
What have I done?
Something horrible.
What's something horrible?
He's like, what have I done?
Made 2 people leave.
Yeah, you drove 2 people out. So well done.
Me and Anthony got
Way to
grievances.
go.
Well, I can't do my grievance now because Matt left.
Oh.
I was
That
going to
part.
make Matt was my grievance.
Oh.
Oh.
I was just kidding around with him though. I had said something to him at one point, and I was working on something, and I said, when I have it together, can you just take a look at it and give me your feedback? And he said, yeah. I sent it to him, and I still haven't heard.
That's son of a gun.
Must be the 9,000 hours he put into
Yeah.
that game.
Right.
That
Hey man.
I played
RPGs take a long time.
I played Night Shift a couple
How
times.
was
It is good.
Okay.
And I think it could be great if you wanted a gateway game about stripping that had a lot of luck. But like the bones of it are good and it feels thematically really well. Like it feels great. And I think if you like the theme,
Why are you echoing?
He's got 2 cameras open.
Oh, okay.
now batting Manny Moda.
does that fix it? I think that fixed it.
I consider myself the luckiest man in the face
I think-
of this earth.
I think with an expansion, it'll definitely. I can hear that. Yeah, expansion. Like I think gamers will enjoy it more
I think right now it's just too much of a luck fest. So you play a stripper, and then you essentially go through one night, walking around the club and revealing customers, and then deciding if you want to roll dice to try and give the customers a lap dance, make money, get drinks from them, take them to the VIP room or the private room. And then if you take them there, it's a press your luck mini game. There's two different press your luck mini games. They're solid. I mean, they're different enough. And you can also steal other people's customers that are about to go to the VIP in the private room. And the real heart of the game are there's a boatload of action cards you can play. And they did a really good job on the graphic design, and there's a lot. It is incredibly polished. The finished product component wise was really, really dang good. The rule book as well. There's a 14-minute how to play video, which was also really well done. It looks like whoever's behind it has the right idea. I was very, very impressed, and I'm excited to see an expansion in the future, because it's just. And there is a co-op version and there's a solo version. And I actually played the solo version, and then I started to play the cooperative version, and I was just like, no, I'm out, because it takes away one of the only choices in which you have in the game, which is to go try and steal someone else's customer, which is a high risk, high reward thing. But yeah, it tackles the topic really well. The action cards are humorous. The humor comes across, I think, pretty well. And if you were in the market for a strip club theme game, and you got to know it's lighter. It's much lighter, and it's all luck driven. Literally everything in the game, for the most part, is luck driven. The customers you reveal is very luck driven, but it's snappy turns, and I dug it. I gave it a 7, and I'm excited to see what comes with it in the future. And I'm really glad that it wasn't just it was just not a cash grab. Sometimes this theme doesn't come across at all. You're just you just wanted to go edgelord it, and it's not that. It definitely feels like someone's baby. They put a lot of time and effort into.
Yeah, I saw that circling around, however long ago, a year ago or whatever. There was a lot of hate going on, and I was very curious to see how much of a game it turned out to be.
I think they handled it really well. The action cards are fun, customers are fun, flavor text is fun. They did a lot of little things. On all the action cards, on the bottom, there's just tiny text that tells you exactly when to play it. And it's oh, that's so nice. Little stuff like that you wouldn't expect from a first time Kickstarter publisher making a game about being a stripper.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
It got played this weekend at the punch party. Last weekend, I mean.
Yeah, it's not bad.
People liked it.
I think there's going to be a group of people who really, really, really love that game. And that is their gateway game that brings them into the hobby.
Really?
I do. I think thematically, it's so easy to learn, easy to teach. And it does. I think if you were just trying to teach, for instance, a stripper who'd never played a board game before, I think you could do it pretty easily, especially if you're playing the cooperative version, because on your turn, it literally is you either move or you reveal, or a combination of both. And your turn ends as soon as you roll a die to see what you roll, which it's +1+, you can do this, 4+, you can do this, 7+, you can do this, 10+, you can do this. All right, you roll the 6, you can either do the 1+ or the 4+.
All right.
Then
Forrest, bring it with you to Gen Con. We'll go down to the Red Slipper, and we'll teach the strippers and see what they think.
that'd be. I should see if they'd sponsor that video.
Hi, would you want to learn how to play a game?
I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like it does a really good job, and I feel like especially strippers are really going to appreciate the customer cards, because the artwork I feel like is very well done, and there's a lot of flavor text that I'm not even a big stripping enthusiast. I mean, I've been to the strip club 10, 20 times, whatever, but I think they would really appreciate a lot of the inside jokes and that's this arch type of person that I see all the time. And I think it's simple enough that I think it could be gateway for a lot of people.
You don't think the theme is a little
Well, I mean,
Much for a gateway game.
I think if you go into it knowing that you want to play a game about being a stripper, that this is a great game for it because it does a good job recreating that. Like, oh, night at the strip club, I'm up. Like, I'm up on the stage next night. I can't take a customer to the VIP room or the private room next round because I'm going to be up on stage. Like, there's some other like elements of like it's a well designed game as long as you don't mind the luck. Because yeah, gateway. I don't think like the theme has anything to do with the gateway aspect of it. Because I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who want that theme and want this game to succeed.
Yeah, I mean,
I said in my review, I just want more. Like I want more depth, more complexity. I want you to take me more behind the scenes of like, oh, what are some other ways I can make money as a stripper? Or like asymmetrify it. And like, oh, you could be the club owner or something. Like I think it's got good bones, a good foundation for them to build on.
I think what it'll be more than anything is that people just won't want to play it because of the theme.
Yeah. That will certainly help.
You know, they'll just be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to play this. Which is, you know, it's fine. I mean, there's lots of games that I don't want to play because of their themes, you know, because, you know, just because the theme bores me. I am so tired of games that are like, and here's, you know, the name of another Middle European city. You know, that just like doesn't really tell you anything. Oh, but in the era of blah 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 or whatever, you know, this was a this is a gateway city for the trading of tea leaves. Oh, fantastic. You know, just like I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Forrest gives it his it's good enough for me rating or whatever it is that you
Yeah. I think if you come at it with an open mind, I think most people are like that's good. Maybe not for me for this reason, that reason, but I don't think you're gonna like it's the luck. It's really the luck. I had somebody who hated it. They said they hated it because of the luck. They also were like very anti against the theme as well. But yeah, you get past the luck. It's not a bad little time.
How's the Hobbit hole?
Oh, I've been having to work on the road instead. I've unloaded 3 loads of rocks, and I tried to get a new tool to do it today, like this big, heavy, hardcore metal rake that like is supposed to be for doing rocks, and it sucked. Like I really tried to make it work because I paid like $40 for it. I was like, all right, this is gonna be good for like big weeds and stuff on the trail and yada yada yada. But I committed to it for like an hour and 20 minutes trying to get all the rocks out of the back of the truck with it, and it was just such a slow, tedious process at every angle. And then I just went back to what I was doing before, which was just a shovel and just scooping them out and throwing them. And it was going so much quicker because it was like the same amount of energy that I would use to like use the rake. I would use to like throw the shovel, except the rocks were going further. They were scattering better, and I was getting more rocks. So I just should have said screw it. But I'm looking forward to going back out there, especially with that new rake and digging some more.
Awesome.
And the plum trees are growing, which is exciting. There's like 3 or 4 of them for sure that I saw that were taken.
The what?
Planted 19 plum trees.
I had no idea that you had done anything like that.
Yeah, I checked like 6 of them, but 3 or 4 of them looked like they were going good. So I just got to keep them marked, keep them growing. But like in 2 to 3 years, they should germinate, hopefully, and grow fruit.
You're quite the what's I'm looking for? Horticulturist.
Trying to learn. I'm excited
Um,
for my wife's birthday. We're going to this place called the Build Guild, where like they will teach you a variety of different things, like metal working and like glass blowing and like how to build fences or whatever you want to do, practical stuff to like art stuff to whatever. And we're gonna do it's gonna be a date night, but I'm like super excited because my wife has been getting into like building stuff, and she just installed a countertop with my buddy this past weekend while I watched the kids. And I didn't have to help at all except for grunt work, and it was amazing. And she like wants to learn it, and so I'm super excited to encourage that because she can fix up the house.
So she can fix up the house. I think you should. I think you should be super excited to encourage it because your wife is getting enjoyment out of it. Just,
Well,
you
yeah,
know.
I mean, obviously that too. I mean, I love
Okay.
seeing my wife happy, and I push her out of the house all that I can because she's a little bit of a shut in with the three kids. Which I mean, you know, three kids will do that. But yeah, I'm just excited for it.
Fair enough. Um,
I got a grievance, and it's a am I the asshole question. It was bad. It was bad. So my daughter was having her birthday party at the park. And as we were leaving, there were two people sitting on our car smoking weed, vaping. But I could still I could smell it. And there was like 6 or 7 people around our car. And it's not a large car. It's a Ford C-Max. It's about as compact as you could get while still being able to fit 3 kids in the back. Like the little hybrid one.
okay.
And like I came at it like I went by the first time and like I was very clearly not the biggest fan. Like, okay, this is my car. I opened it. I was putting stuff in as we were unpacking and going away. I was like, the party was still going on, and I'm just like, put stuff in the car, walk up to the car, beep the car. It's like, okay, this is my car. They don't get off the car. I'm like, all right, fuck. As they were as we were leaving, coming back for another trip, they're still sitting on the car. And I'm like, what the fuck? So as I walk up, I'm like, hey, you mind not sitting on my car? Please. I said, please. But apparently I had quite a tone. And she immediately took a lot of fucking offense to that. And she's like, oh, how am I supposed to know that's your car? And this just pissed me off even more because I said the logical fucking thing, which was, oh, you don't have to, but you know it's not your car. And it was like, this really was not the response because the whole crew, which was like 4 or 5 other people at a car next to that car, now joined in on the conversation. And it became like a big thing where it was my wife, our 3 kids, and me walking to our tiny ass little car surrounded by, I don't want to be hyperbolic, but like 6 to 10 people from the park who were also having a birthday party, but they were fucking, you know, loitering and fucking sitting on my goddamn compact car on the fucking, like, just common fucking decency shit. And this is the point where she comes back at me, and you know me. Like, I'm not fucking, like, if I think I got the moral fucking high ground, I'm gonna fucking ride that shit. And I kind of just zoned out the rest of my family entirely and just went at her with like common sense of like, yeah, you should be sitting on the car. Like, it was just, and then she started to like go at me, like trying to attack me personally. Cause like, obviously she's in the fucking wrong, like, duh, like fucking duh. Don't sit on somebody's fucking car and smoke weed. Like, it's a fucking park. There's benches. Like, there's a lot of places to be. Like, and so then she get like, oh, I'm sure you're great fucking dad. And it was like, yeah. And then she was talking about, fuck you, fuck your car, and like that. And so, like, I was just trying to diffuse the situation. It was like, I'm not making love to my car, especially not in front of my kids. Like, and they were in the car at this point. So, like, they didn't hear any of this. But it was like I was just trying to diffuse the situation. And then one of them laughed. And I was like, oh, she gets it. I like her. And then she like tried to play it off like I'm laughing at you. And I was like, yeah, that's because I was funny and they didn't understand it. And then like, yeah, and they're like, you should just get the fuck out. And then my wife was like, just get the fuck in the car. And I was like, okay. And it was Yeah, it was one of those times where it's like I felt and my wife chewed me the fuck out. And then it got really weird because one of my kids, my oldest, very clearly sided with my wife. She's like, just shut up. They should have been doing that. You should have handled that. You should like blah blah blah. And then my youngest son was like, no, Dad. Like, and he told me this after the fact, like when he was away from mom, he's like, no, I think you're totally right. Like that's our stuff. They could damage it sitting on it. There's no reason for them to be sitting on that at all. And you defended it like you should. And you know. And I was like, oh, thank you, buddy. Like, and I didn't say it, but it was like, oh, it puffed up my chest, like, okay, cool, buddy. You make me feel a bit better. But it was still like, it was just like, really? Like the first time, it's just like, really? Are you still fucking sitting here? Like, come the fuck on. Like, at this point, you're making it a thing when you see me load stuff into my car. When I walk by you, like literally 2 feet away from you, because it's such a small car for me to load stuff into my, it's just, come on. Come on. Like, you feel the vibrations as my tailgate lifts up. You're like, come on. Fucking common courtesy. Don't make me have to fucking ask you to get the fuck off my car. Fuck you. Like, yeah. Yeah, there's my grievance.
So you almost got your ass kicked in front of your family. Ultimately, is what you're trying to tell me.
I would have got some money off that. That's for goddamn sure. But
Why would you get money off of that? They probably didn't have any money.
Yeah, I think someone probably would have set up a GoFundMe,
Ah,
and I think I'll leave that as you could probably read between the lines. But yeah, because it was.
Lance, don't you know that
Gotta
people
go, guys.
who smoke pot in the car, in the park are loaded?
Have a good night, everybody.
good night, Scott.
Let's talk to everybody. Sorry for your problem there, Forrest.
Oh, it was a problem. It was just one of those situations. Like, is this real life? You really make me talk to you?
See you.
See you,
No, I'm
Scott.
not talking about suing them. I'm talking about that. Oh my god, that piece of white trash who was screaming obscenities in a playground, and then the Republicans part, like, not the people were like, oh, we're gonna get you all this
I
money.
know.
And it's like, I'm just saying, if this got on the news that this group of people beat the shit out of me that were around these cars, there would be a very verbal uprising, especially on Fox News. Like, because, man, 3 children leaving the park after his daughter's 3-year-old birthday party, brutally attacks after asking people to not sit on his car. Like, that's the kind of shit they eat up. And I wasn't like worried, because it's just like, we're in the middle of the park. It's like, if you're going to do something, you're going to be spending a long time in prison because you're a fucking dumbass. There's cameras everywhere. Like, it's bright and daylight. Like, so I wasn't worried for my safety. Like, I think logically on stuff like that, which I probably shouldn't, but it was more just, how do you handle that situation?
I don't have a good answer for you. I mean, I don't know. I am always of the mindset of my wife has explained to me that, like, that stuff doesn't really happen to me because I, like, apparently look like I'll murder somebody. Like, so so
I'm imagining my
would-
Where's Waldo shirt isn't giving off that vibe.
no, I mean, it's just, you just, I don't know. In that situation, if somebody was on my car, I would have, hey, could you get off my car? I mean, that would be like, that would be like, and I guess there's a world where I've said that to people and they said, fuck you. And I was like, excuse me? Just like,
I threw a please in. I made sure that I threw a please in.
yeah.
Tone
Well.
didn't say please, but my mouth said please, which my wife said didn't mean shit. So, okay. Yes, dear.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Yep.
Sounds horrible.
I love it, man. I love that sort of, like, that's life. That's the shit I live for. Love watching it, love participating. Like, that's why I leave the house. I mean, ideally that doesn't happen. And ideally I get to watch other people have to deal with that situation, but
That's why I leave the house, so I can argue with morons.
no, just, you never, like, You get what I'm saying. You don't leave your house, you never meet people. You know, like it's hard to change your worldview if you don't leave the house.
I don't know. Are you, Evan? Are you going to Origins?
No, sadly.
Gotta hold on to that slap.
Are you guys going? You'll have to save it for me.
I was talking to Shane and he was just like, we gotta go, but he's like, I don't want to go. And I was just like, what? I said, do you want me just to go by myself? I said, I'll go. I mean, Jerry will show up, I mean,
Yeah.
like, and he's like, no, because I don't know how I'm gonna get the games there. I gotta drive all our stuff in. All right. He's like, I might leave early though. I don't know. Depends on how I feel like when I get there. So, all right. We don't have anything new to sell, right? I mean, we just don't. So it's just like, so we'll just have a bunch of our old stuff and we'll sell it cheap. And
How's he gonna leave early? Who's taking the stuff back?
well, the idea is that I'll sell, I'll clear
Sell
it
it
all
out.
out.
But like with tables and whatnot, or you just get tables from Origins?
You get the tables from Origins.
Oh, okay.
And trust me, we have absolutely gone to Walmart, bought a table, and then just left it there.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
It's a $50 price of business or whatever.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. No, I've talked to a lot of people that are going to Origins, and they're all basically the same thing. They're like, we don't have anything new.
Yeah. I think that's just the state
Just
of things.
and nobody's excited. Nobody's happy.
I'm excited
Everything-
for Origins.
Everything is awful.
There's a lot of good looking games to play. I was looking at the Origins list a couple days ago. I'm excited for the math trade too. Coming home with some gems, some completionist gems.
Some gems, you say?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's somewhere it's like every single like expansion and promo card for like games that I want. It's like, oh yeah, that's the crown jewel.
Yeah, I don't think you know what you're talking about. But there are like, I don't know. I mean, maybe there are. I honestly I don't really look into either the people that are going or what
What's coming out or whatever.
yeah, I mean it's just I'm sure there will be many games that'll be worth playing that will be available to purchase.
Yep.
At the convention. I just don't see myself getting any of them or searching for them, many of them.
We can do a preview show one of these days.
I honestly I haven't seen any notification of stuff anyway. I
Oh,
mean it's
Board
just
Game
like,
Geek. There's a list.
well yeah, no, we'll just sell a bunch of our stuff on the cheap and be happy if it sells. I don't know. What's I was gonna say, anybody Evan, you play any games recently? Might as well pretend we talk about games here.
What did I play for the first time recently? I played Sushi Go for the first time recently.
Really? What'd you
Really?
like?
It's cool. It works. I was playing it with my 5-year-old daughter, and she wasn't being overly strategic with her choices, but she was able to play the game. And
They should put that quote on the box. It's cool. It works.
it does. Yeah.
Really?
She liked it. She was like, "I want this one because it looks cool."
Yeah, I like the
Good.
artwork. I used to play that in my classroom a lot. Always went over really well.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't have to pay any attention at all. I can draft whatever like I want and still have fun.
Mostly I just spend all my time playing my little prototypes, so I don't get too many new games played. But It's mostly online. Mostly Aldi. Aldi's like, here's this new game. Let's play it on BGA. So all my new
It's
games are
cute.
online.
You're still chasing that dream.
I mean, it's still good for me to. I mean, I still like games. That's number one. Number
They're
two,
fun. They're delightful.
Number two, it's good for me to keep abreast of what's going on and what's coming out and how things are changing, that kind of stuff.
Find that mechanism that fits in your game perfectly. Just rip out. That's
Swipe.
the key.
Mine.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Games are the worst.
Gets the job done.
Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, cool. Keep selling those prototypes, Evan.
Heck yeah, man. One of these days there'll be a slightly normal return to the world. Maybe. We'll see. Who knows? I don't know. What do I know?
Not much.
Yeah, not much. I don't know much.
I gotta say, my board game juices are flowing. Like I feel it.
Hey.
Feel it coming on. I'm getting excited.
Whoa. It was like a personal issue.
Start reviewing stuff, start playing stuff, start actually checking my email on a timely basis.
I don't know much. Now that's stuck in my head. Dick.
And feelings all I need to know. That was a duet. Who was the other singer?
I don't know.
Dionne Warwick or something like that.
Hey, Lance, you ever played New England back in the day? This is a banger.
Maybe, I don't know.
Looks like your kind of game. Like a trading and yeah, good stuff.
So, Evan,
Yeah.
that's not even his song. He's the one who's singing on it. It's Linda Ronstadt.
Linda Ronstadt. That's
It's her song, and
It's her
he's
song,
singing on
okay.
it. Yeah.
He's stupid. Somebody's being a weirdo and like whistling out front of my house. I'm gonna go check it out.
And he was never heard from again.
That's pretty freaky.
What are they whistling?
Dixie.
Oh, fun.
So the daddy takes the T-bird away.
And we'll have fun.
Till the daddy takes the T-bird away.
Yeah. Oh,
Those lights constantly being on, I think might drive me insane if that was my basement.
What's the poster next to the Notebook poster now?
Oh yeah, this is a good one. I got this. I've been able to reveal it because I was always worried that I almost I wouldn't say stole it, but it's a IPFW, but it's like a giant banner. Like
What's
it's
IPFW? Is that like a labor union?
no, that's the college I went to, Indiana,
it's
Purdue,
college.
Fort Wayne, and this is like one of those giant banners that they hang off of like massive light poles in the parking garage, and it blew off onto like a nearby city street a couple of years back, and I was like, "Whoa, golden opportunity!" Pop out the car, put that thing in, and now it's like a collector's item.
She's lovely.
And it's huge too. Like that poster. I mean, that poster's a big poster. So yeah. Eventually, I want to get it so it's floor to ceiling, but I got to figure out how.
That on eBay for like $5, maybe.
Nah, I think it fits. I think it really brings the room together.
Like that rug.
Yeah,
Really ties the room.
like my AstroTurf rug. That's my favorite.
it did bring the room together.
When I was little, well, when I was like in my young teens, my dad fell asleep at the wheel and smashed into a speed sign.
Oof.
And then like wasn't horribly injured. They went back with the truck and picked up the sign, and that speed limit
Nice.
35 lived on our garage for the next 20 years.
Once in a lifetime, Suvi.
The I lost. I mean, I didn't lose it. I mean, it just eventually got somebody, I think, stole it from me. But there's a town in Minnesota called Climax, Minnesota, and
Yes.
it's a very, very, very tiny town. It's not big by any means, and and of course the joke is that there is a there's a city fairly close to it called Fertile, Minnesota. So it's the fertile woman dies in climax is the like whatever.
Yep.
But anyway, so but no, like it's one of the things where it's like they just stopped putting up a city sign, like a city like climax, population, because people would just steal it all the time. But my brother had one because he had stolen it. And they yeah, it was like, and so then when he got out of college, he gave it to me, and I had it in my most of my college year. And then I don't know what happened to it. I think somebody just stole it from me or something. But yeah, no, and the city motto, like the actual like city billboard, it's like Climax, Minnesota, more than a feeling.
Oh, there you go.
Ain't into it.
More than a feeling.
See me outside, I used to play.
Now that's a band that needs more respect. Boston's awesome.
Heck yeah, Boston was great.
Oh yeah.
See Mary and walk away.
I see my man walking away.
Yeah.
So good. Yep.
Good shit.
That guitar solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had somebody like profess to me that like the people that made up the band Boston were some of like the best like musicians, like or like as far as like just very talented.
Yeah. Technically proficient.
And I
Wish
remember
Barry
actually,
was here.
and then I actually looked into it. I actually looked into um the whole. I looked into it, right? I looked into Boston, and then like it was like, oh, and like the early death of their lead singer or whatever, and that the lead singer, he's got a voice. It's just he's got a great voice.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh no, he was like a manic depressive that was like that, and like bipolar, and he had all these issues that nobody like either was able to diagnose or figure out. And yeah, and then he took his own life, and you're like, oh, that sucks. And then like and then you found out that like he left a note saying, I don't want to leave a mess for anyone, and he like locked himself in his bathroom and then basically shoved towels and socks and everything so it was airtight, and then he lit like 2 barbecue grills in the bathroom so he would die of carbon monoxide poisoning. He just laid down in the tub. I was just like, that's that was he planned that out. I mean, it was just like that. I mean, that was I mean, that's just morbid. It's just like I read that, I was like, I don't. I wish I had never read that. Just like I wish I had.
Well, that's a bummer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wish I'd never read that. But yeah, so.
Great singer though.
Yeah. Solid bangers.
Yep.
Up and down. Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose It's almost 1. Forrest is like doing.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that I've been in that room that Forrest is in. I've been in that house.
You've
I love
been
your
with
LED
that
lights.
lady.
Well, no, I did see the note. I saw the notebook poster. I saw that in person.
It's breathtaking.
It is breathtaking. But well, as I said at the very beginning, if you weren't paying attention, go back Lifeboats by friend of the show, Jeff Sidek. It's on Kickstarter. It's funded. Great, fun little game of social deduction and interpersonal relations. It's a fantastic game. Go check that out. Jeff will be on the show next week. It'll be after the campaign's over, but he'll be talking about that and he has been proclaimed cancer free. So
Nice.
yeah, very nice. This is a
Amazing.
good guy. So all right, everybody.
right.
Get some rest. Take care of yourselves.